sign. Give them the sign, come on, wicked and wild. Give them the sign, pop the sign. Give them the sign, come on, when versatile. So to the bad man and the big rock. Country a fight like dog and if you want. Diamond gold, island cash.
Here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Looting through the rubble, leaving cities war-torn, still incurring more scorn. Ragged and I'm forlorn, trying to unlock this. Open with my lockpicks, punching with my second hand every time the clock ticks.
Alright, there you go.
Alright, let's see if this works here. We're going to go to face mode. Oh man, it took forever to set up. It even sucks more because I was supposed to have like a really festive hat instead of the usual orange beanie hat from Wikidata, and I either, I think I left it at home by accident. I think I brought it back home and like completely forgot that I left it home and was supposed to bring it and assumed it was in the bag when it wasn't. I don't know where that buzz is coming from. Actually, it might be the machinery of the Luzbot, the 3D printer here. I'm going to leave it as is, and if it gets too annoying, I'll put it to the lesser quality sound, which won't have that buzz. But anyhow, hello everyone. Sorry it took so long. Long story short, there was no technical difficulties for once, but when you're in a kind of a public, semi-public space, things get taken up, and so instead of starting at 8, we're starting late, which is fine because I was going to stream into Christmas anyhow, but welcome to this supposed to be festive, but not looking festive, live stream on DCG 201. I'm Sidepocket. I'm one of the two co-founders of DCG 201, formerly known as DEF CON 201 or DC 201. We are one of the many computer hacker groups in the United States and around the world that are a subset of what's called DEF CON groups, DEF CON being the big computer hacker convention happening out in Las Vegas every year that will be back in August again in 2024. If you want more information about us, including next month when we should start resuming in-person meetings, as well as all sorts of crazy new live streams, including some of the stuff I'm going to be talking about today. We have a link to our blog, since it seems the theme is of all of this entire year is our website imploding due to non-technical reasons and trying to get it to me getting off my ass and trying to get it to work again. If you want to follow us, especially get alerts and updates, we're on all sorts of social media. We're on Twitter because we're not calling it X because Elon Musk can go fuck himself. We're on the HostX instance of Mastodon. We recently got a Blue Sky. We're on Instagram, GitHub, Minds.com, and all sorts of live streams, including the ones you're watching today. You can go to this social media link right here with our link tree. It has every single thing in it. And again, even though I'm not that active in it, it's going to be more active starting in 2024. Immediately in January, we're going to start doing CTFs again and other fun projects. But if you want to communicate until we set up our other communication channels like IRC and what alternate chat thing we're going to be using, here's the link to our Discord. So, what is this show? So, we have multiple shows on this channel since we haven't been doing in-person meetings for a while. We started back in during the lockdowns of the pandemic where you couldn't go anywhere. And I end up with two shows. They're the ones that are still going on today. One is Crypto Barons, but we'll worry about that later in the week. This show is called The Master of Unlocking, where we look at, and I just realized I have my, wait, I think I have it, here we go. Where we look at physical security. Let's do this. We look at physical security devices such as locks and doors and deadbolts and all sorts of other things, and we look at them, we analyze them, find the vulnerabilities of them, and then we try and I teach how to pick them, open, bypass them, things like that. Yay, the bot Rex has finally worked. So today is going to be a very interesting stream. If I started on time, I think it would have been more successful, but here's what we're going to do. So I have nothing to do this Christmas, at this Christmas break, so you're going to be seeing me a lot more online, but I feel like I'm not the only one that's alone. And if you haven't noticed, which as you can see with this giant banner above me, we are fundraising all the way up until the end of March. So up until our anniversary, it'll be 7 years of DCG 201 on March 2024. We're going to be raising funds for an amazing organization called Doctors Without Borders. I'm going to explain what they are in a moment. Thanks to, we've only live streamed twice so far with this, and we're already almost halfway to our entire goal, which is really freaking fast. So I didn't really have any, there's stuff I'm waiting for in the mail. I didn't really have any other topics to do. So we're just going to do a bunch of potpourri things. We're going to revisit, cool locks that we've done. We're going to be revisiting pain in the ass shit that happened in the past that I was stuck on, see if we can find new ways of getting through them. We're going to cover some things that I haven't covered before or looked in, things that got broken, some goofy things. This has nothing to do with locks. I thought I would just show this. It's exactly what you think it is. And we're going to be doing it all the way, it was supposed to be longer, but basically all the way into Christmas. And we're hoping it will entertain you all enough that you could donate $1, $5, $10, or whatever amount of money, or cryptocurrency, I might add, fiat or cryptocurrency to Doctors Without Borders to help injured and sick kids around the world from everything from the crisis going on in Gaza and the upcoming ones in the Savannah and Congo and Taiwan, Ukraine, and everyone. No one should be injured or sick. And so we thought this would be a great organization to handle. So that's what we're going to be doing this entire live stream. Before I get into the rest of the stuff, remaining house cleaning, if you like the stuff that you see and you're watching us here and you want to also get updates to when we live stream, such as when we say we're going to live stream and then reality hits in and we end up being delayed like what happened today, you can... My brain just died. You can... subscribe to us on all of our live stream channels, which is currently, because we've got it back online and working, Twitch, YouTube, PeerTube, Odyssey, and Kick. Kick we're still kind of experimenting with. All of those except for PeerTube, when you subscribe, all those but PeerTube and Odyssey, when you subscribe, we get notifications for those, and then we cheer you on. Thank you for following. Just like now with, thank you, RG Webinon, for, I hope I pronounced your username correctly, on Twitch. For following us on Twitch. So that's a great example right there of what happens when you follow us. On Odyssey, you're supposed to donate crypto to us. I don't know how that works. And PeerTube is like decentralized anonymous, so it doesn't do anything but stream, which is important because we want pure data without any YouTube ads and tracking and crypto and shit. So there's that. But if you want to do something extra, so when you donate, by the way, and I'll get into how to donate in a moment, we also get a notification for that. And unlike the temporary, yay, thank you for following us, when you donate, as you've seen with my past live streams, I worship you the entire stream. I will constantly shout you out, anything you want to advertise, as long as it's not a really stupid troll, you can do so. Things like that. We're going to offer more incentives starting next month in January until the end of March, but there's that. And the second thing is, because this is a lockpicking show, now, I'm a TOOOL member. That's the Open Organization of Lockpickers, TOOL, that's TOOOL with 3 O's. And this is not a endorsed, nor promoted, involved anything with that organization. But TOOOL has 2 rules that just make sense in all locks no matter what you're doing. So before I start, because I'm being so lax with this, we're going to quickly go over those 2 rules and then get right into the whole watching me suffer to help raise money for medical professionals to help, underfunded medical professionals to help children all over the world, especially in Palestine and Gaza. And those 2 rules are do not pick locks that you rely on and do not pick locks that you don't own. That sounds self-explanatory, but let me go in. So do not pick locks that you rely on. If you want to try the stuff I'm going to do and in past episodes, of your front door lock, your gym locker, your safe that you keep your valuables, please don't. These techniques, even if they work, always have a risk of breaking your locks. They can also break the tools that you use to break in the locks. My favorite is when you break your tool and break the lock at the same time. And yes, this is live. I know it originally said 8 p.m. There was a non-tech thing that also wasn't transit related that delayed everything, so we're streaming now closer to Christmas than we thought, because I was going to originally stream 4+ hours into Christmas. It's still going to probably be 2 to 4 hours, but now we're closer to Christmas. So, in the United States at least, on the East Coast. So there you go. It is live. See, it's interactive. That's why I commented immediately on you. Yay, Merry Xmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas. I'm agnostic atheist, but I have no problem. And most don't either with, like, Merry Christmas. Because it's like, when you say Happy Holidays, it includes Merry Christmas. So it's like, who cares? Whatever. Greetings from... Oh, God. Oh, hot seat stuff. I hope this is not going to become a debate night. But I will put it this way. Because here's... just want to also... Quick background here, and I'll get back into the rules. Just throw that out there. We'll get into more of this in a moment. With Doctors Without Borders, even though they're treating a lot of injured Palestinians, they also treat, like, injured Israelis. That's also one of the reasons why everyone's mad that the IDF blew up their fucking van. That's a whole other thing. The Israel Defense Force, fun fact about them, they're actually trained by the NYPD. Doesn't that explain a lot why they, like, shoot each other in their own feet and stuff? But, and also, fuck Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist organization. So, because people get confused that, like, when you're, like, free Palestine and support Palestine, they automatically assume that means you're a Hamas sympathizer. That's not the case. It's kind of the same way how you can say that, like, Al-Qaeda is terrible because they're a terrorist organization that did 9/11, and the United States is also fucking terrible for milking the situation in order to invade Iraq and making lives miserable for everyone, especially its own citizens. So it's like nuance here. That's the whole point. So just putting that out there, okay? Just, you know, this is bad. Yeah, war is ugly. So, yeah, no, and of course, you know, there's Jews originally that were there even before the what do you call it, the colony, that Britain did. By the way, a lot of this is the UK's fault, so you can blame all the limey turfs that are currently subjugating their own country for a lot of this, even though the United States has obviously a lot to blame as well. But anyhow, just throwing that there. Anyhow, back to the rules. So do not pick locks that you rely on. So do not pick the locks at your front door. The more you can break your locks and your tools, and also the more you pick or bypass something, the more susceptible it is to that. So just don't. And then pick locks that you don't own. I don't care if it's the shittiest lock on the other on the planet. If a store or friends is locking something up, there's a reason for that. Going over and messing their shit is trespassing. Trust me, I'm brown. So if you're white, by the way, and you want to know what it's like to be brown, just start lockpicking someone else's door. Holy crap. So, yeah, I don't want you to get beaten up by police. So it's just, it makes sense. Keeps me safe, you safe, legally, conceptually, health-wise, hard drive-wise, just everything safe. So again, do not pick locks you don't own. Do not pick locks they rely on. Every lock that you see on the show is a lock that I don't rely on. I don't lock any valuable thing with it. They literally exist in order to teach me. And when I do in-person stuff, which you can if you're in New York City and soon Jersey City, they're just there to learn how to pick locks. And thus, I own them, but I don't rely on them. So that's what makes everything look good. So anyhow, just getting out of the way, I'm going to go to desktop mode. I might have to move some things around, and let's get into trying to raise funds. And I'm going to tell you also how you can donate cool stuff to help. Because here's the thing, even though a lot of this is focused on like the Palestinian region, and note, by the way, Palestinian region includes Israel, so it's like all the injured people in Israel we're trying to help too. Again, just put it this way, the only two groups of people I don't want Doctors Without Borders to treat, even though they ethically still have to treat them if they get injured, is the literal Yahoo they voted in for Israel and the leaders of Hamas. Done. No one else should be suffering injuries, especially children. I don't care what background these kids are. They're children. They shouldn't be injured, okay? They shouldn't be shot and gassed and sat on and stuff like that. So, let's get into some of this stuff here. So, that link that I sent to the Medium blog, here's the page. I'm going to try to click on this and load this. One of the thing that we now pinned on the top is our response to the entire conflict. So, in the same way when, can't believe it was since a year and a half ago, when Russia decided to do their own second Iraq war with invading the Ukraine. Oh, jeez. It's like, I also have a conspiracy theory, by the way, that relates to the whole Palestinian conflict with the whole Russian thing, but maybe we'll get into that. I don't know if you guys are down to hear conspiracy theories. But in the same way we made an announcement here, and unlike the Israeli one where it's like the Ukrainian one, which is like, here's all the places you can donate and help out. We might add more to this to talk about helping out with that, but since we're doing this charity one, just to make it simple, we just focus on all of this. So all of our statement and stuff here, where we essentially condemn Hamas for doing their stupid bullshit on October 6th, because that did happen. But Israel's response is really fucking dumb. To kind of sum up of like Israel, and by the way, it's the same way I say America, I'm talking about the governments. I'm talking about the Israeli government here. Because by the way, there's also a shit ton of people in Israel who are Israeli citizens and not, who are protesting this, especially a lot of Jews, who are been arrested, beaten up, detained, just like what happened in Russia with the Ukraine invasion. So just keep a note of that. But the way I've kind of described of how like the simple explanation of like why the reaction is so bad, it's essentially like blood vengeance with a side of real estate here, to be honest, in the same way the United States retribution, which we didn't even attack. That it was Saudi Arabia and Pakistan that did 9/11. Like we didn't even attack the exact country, and even if we did, it's just like, oh, we're gonna use them as oil fiefdoms and then run. It's the same type of bullshit. So like, imagine if a group of terrorists or some criminals like kidnapped a bunch of people and they had them hostage in a building. Now, the correct way to do this would be to make a policing team, like SWAT basically, that would infiltrate the building and would target the kidnappers, arresting them, or if they're too hostile, just taking them out, whether it's physically taking them out or just literally snuffing out their life, unfortunately, and saving the hostages. Israel's response to this is simply just like, okay, there's a bunch of hostages that they took from us in a building. Let's just demo the building with everyone in it. Which no one would ever agree to unless you're a giant asshole like Santos. Because it's like, we want to save the hostages. They're innocent. Why are we killing them? And like, that's basically what's going on. They're just like, a bunch of brown people did this. We're just every brown person has to die. Like, that's the response. It's bad. And again, it's not even extending to that. The thing that boggles my mind, and I promise I'll shut up in a bit, but like, that really boggles my mind that's in our article was, and I can't remember his name. I'm sorry I can't remember his name, but like, shout outs to this dude. I feel so bad for him. There was a mini attack that was going on, like, because this is, most of it was on the 7th, but there's been like echoes of this that aren't also just the rockets. And there was just an Israeli Jewish dude who saw one of this, like, someone from Hamas doing some shit. And he did the brave thing. It's like that American thing of like the good guy with the gun. This is why this never works. And it tackled the terrorist down, got him away from the weapon. He's not military trained. It was just, oh my God, this is terrible. And did this. And his reward was the Israeli police showed up and shot the fuck out of him. Now, I can't remember if they killed him or not. If they killed him, that's even worse. But again, it's like, this is their own people. He was stopping Hamas from attacking Israelis and other Jews. And this was his reward. This is how dumb this is. This is what we're trying. What I'm trying to do is like make everyone understand, because there's tons of propaganda being thrown around a lot, especially the really bad optic from the Israeli Defense Force, which is more targeting WASPs in the United States to donate money than to prep up their own citizens, which makes it even worse. In fact, I actually might show one of the videos later, even though it's like horrific and I don't even know why it's on YouTube. Nothing gory. It's just bad. So I'm just trying to like take apart some of the stuff to look at, like, because that's what we had to do. We spent, that's why, like, you know, it's December 6th. This is a while after we spent like nearly a month just watching all the data, news articles, different sides, reports on the ground, things. And I'm just explaining like how we came to this conclusion. The same thing we had with BLM and Ukraine, all of that. So we're not knee-jerk reaction. This is us like sifting through all this shit and being like, okay, this is awful. So just getting that out of the way. If you want to talk more about this or any questions as I do lock stuff, because once again, I like a lively chat. So if you want to talk about this or just talk about Christmas is happening basically in half an hour if you're in the United States, or just in general, or if you're agnostic atheist, the 25th is also Isaac Newton's birthday. And we just had Human Light on the 23rd. I might be able to talk about that in a bit. Or if you're Jewish, I really hope you enjoy your Chinese food. Or like, why am I not wearing the festive hat I'm supposed to bring or whatever. please talk about that in chat. Also talk amongst yourselves. If you just want to lurk and watch me suffer picking locks, then keep lurking and keep lurking. I say. But the more important thing is to keep donating. But before I get into the donation, shout out to Hack Manhattan. Hack Manhattan is the reason why we've been able to mostly consistently live stream. Sorry, I just saw the chat. But yeah, no, the 7th. And I know that, by the way, that they're not in buildings. They're underground. I'm trying to do the analogy of, like, you know, again, what is it? I'm doing the analogy that essentially Israel is just shooting everyone in the Palestinian region on sight, no matter what their background is. And again, as you pointed out, most Israeli, kind of also nuance. You ever looked at, like, a Latin American country, and you'll notice that, like, despite the population, even the rich population being obviously brown, the leaders look way more closer to, like, a white American in Texas than any of the people there. There's unfortunately a reason for that. Racism and colonialism. And that's also what's happened here. This is also why a lot of Israelis feel like, from what I understand, they don't feel like they've been seen. Is because you look at the population, it's very mixed, but it's really obvious that white people who are descendants mainly from Eastern Europeans are in charge of that nation. It's not pretty. That's exactly what I mean. Misrepresentation. Which is the United States too. I mean, even though Eric Adams is awful, like, you know, you look at a lot of, like, you know, major cities with, like, black populations, who's in charge? Like, this horribly racist white dude. That's what I'm referring to. The fact that the building is the Palestinian region, and instead of, like, actively sending in soldiers to combat Hamas, they're just carpet bombing it like Obama with drones. And, like, that's why you're seeing all the mass deaths. And it's killed not only, and when I say Palestinians, it's not just because people think, oh, Palestinians, that those are just Muslims. There's been a ton of Jewish people that are dead. There's actually a native Jewish population there, both brown and white, and also a shit ton of Christians. In fact, here's a really fucking crazy thing, right? The whole region, and I promise I'll shut up because I was just shouting at Hackman, is so bad with this conflict that Christmas is canceled in that entire region. Gaza, Israel, Palestine, there's no Christmas celebrations, including Bethlehem. Okay, let me repeat this for those of you who don't understand, because this is all my Christian friends. Even though I'm an atheist, I have a ton of Christian friends. They're super pissed off about this, and they're mad that most people aren't even talking about this. Not only just the amount of dead Christians, you know, Merry Christmas, here's a fuck ton of dead Christians who have nothing to do with any of this, but that it's so bad that Christmas, Jesus' birthday, for the sake of argument, say that that's what it is, Jesus' birthday is canceled in his own hometown. That's how awful all of this is. And of course, all the people who were yammering about war on Christmas and stuff, crickets during a literal war on Christmas. Awful. It's just awful. And I do agree, again, just like a lot of Israelis are brown. They're shit on too, even though they're Israeli citizens. The whole thing, that's why I'm letting people know when we say Israel, we mean the Israeli government and the Israel Defense Force, not like the citizenry there. It's just bad, okay? It's just like, it's the same thing again. Governments, corporations, military, awful, just dumb. So just mailing that down. But anyway, let's rewind back. The reason why we can do this live stream, when we've done all these live streams in the past, because Hack Manhattan, they're really awesome. They were located on 37th Street between 6th and 5th Avenue. They are a hackerspace. They do everything here from... And by the way, I'm not required to advertise this. I just think it's cool. And again, I wouldn't be able to do this if they weren't here, so I'm shouting them out. They do all sorts of stuff. So in addition with obvious hackerspace dorky things like computers and robotics and stuff, there's woodworking, there's sewing, there's book reading, tabletop gameplay, retro video... Anything that you can think of that's dorky, they do at the space. And I became a member back in October. We covered this, and we're going to actually revisit this with Coney Island Makers Day. All of that, really cool. Even up to the end of the year, hey Zeph, we have an open house here at Hack Manhattan every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., including this week leading into New Year's, and also the week after New Year's. It basically never changes. Normally, and in January, it's going to go back to every second and fourth Tuesday open house. I bring the lockpicking for free. So if you ever want to see this in person, show up to that. The first half of this month was a mess. So, because I'm trying to get so it's an half an hour so we can lead into Christmas and be like, Merry Christmas, yay. And hopefully we get some donations, because that would be the best Christmas gift for me, is money to help physicians, to help kids that are injured so they don't die. Best Christmas gift ever. But this month was terrible, so we had to reschedule everything. So last Thursday, I did lockpicking, and this upcoming Tuesday and Thursday, so the last week of the year, Tuesday and Thursday, so this upcoming Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to be back teaching lockpicking 7 to 10. Okay? If you're from Jersey, you get to the PATH train, however the fuck you want, the NJ Transit, bus, train, Cannonball, whatever. Take the PATH to the 34th Street stop, which is the last stop on the line, because everyone always asks me that, and then walk the 2.5 blocks around the corner to our thing, to Hack Manhattan. You can do the same thing by taking the orange and yellow line, aka the F, D, M, R, N, W, orange and yellow stuff to 34th, and do the same trek. So, really easy to get to. Oh yeah, no, I'm doing the cards. Okay, so here's the thing. Because I've been busy this month, and I'm going to actually make this announcement probably tomorrow. For anyone waiting for the drawing of the cards, that's going to happen on our New Year's episode. At the end of the stream, I'm going to detail exactly what the New Year's episode is. Because this stream is all potpourri lock stuff. The actual, because the New Year's stream is laid back community stuff. So that's when we're doing the drawing. It's going to be Happy New Year, here's the drawing, and then at worst, before the end of January, you get the cards. So just putting that out there. I still remember it. It's just been nuts. So I apologize, by the way, for any of the delays in that. I honestly can't wait till 2023 is over. But anyhow, so this upcoming Tuesday and Thursday, last lockpicking in-person classes for the year at Hack Manhattan, which is on 37th Street, between 6th and 5th Street. I'm sorry, 6th and 5th Ave. Starting in January, back to normal schedule up until the end of the year, unless some bullshit happens. Every second and fourth Tuesday, I'm here physical for lockpicking. Or, again, if you're not around here, watch the live stream. So, there's that. So we got that out of the way. Now, last bit of things, again, just want to re-explain. This is Doctors Without Borders. They're also known by their, incredibly French name of Médecins Sans Frontières. I haven't done French since, middle school, so heavily involved, again, as you can see here, they do things in all sorts of regions. They're obviously in Gaza and Palestine right now, but they work all over the place. They deal with war conflicts, they deal with natural disasters, they deal with epidemics. So during the whole COVID thing, they were super active and underfunded. Refugee stuff, they deal with maternal health, malnutrition, injuries, again, disease, all sorts of shit. So, for example, when we had Hurricane Sandy and Katrina, they were deployed in the United States. Anywhere there's a crisis or on Earth, that they're there. So that's what they do. And all these doctors, they're not paid to go there. They volunteer this. And all the equipment is also stuff that they either have to volunteer or have a treasury for. And that's why we're raising money to add to that treasury, because between Gaza and all these upcoming wars that are happening and all the stuff that's been happening and this new COVID spike that's going on, they are absolutely goddamn brutalized, exhausted. And it also doesn't help that, again, they're trying to help both Israelis and Palestinians in Gaza, and the fucking IDF, Israelis military, blew up their fucking van. The U.S. Army is not even that in-depth. The NYPD doesn't even do that. That would be like the NYPD accidentally fucking, shooting up a goddamn, Beth Israel ambulance or something, and accidentally, killing their own ambulance drivers, which is part of their same union. It's that level of awful. All due to prophecy, American money, and, fucking land development. It's really bad. So, that's exactly why we made this initiative called Hackers for Palestine, where we're trying to raise money for Doctors Without Borders. Our half is going to be 200, so we're hoping that before the end of October, I'm hoping before the end of January, because we're already halfway to our own goal. We're going to provide half the money to the $400 goal. Right now, there's been $85 in total. And let me tell you now how to donate. I'm going to be saying this throughout the episode, so don't worry. And by the way, even if we're not live and you're seeing this on repeat or you see us post somewhere, you can still donate. As long as it's before April 1st, April Fools, you can go and donate. So, multiple ways of doing this. If you're on anything right now, hey, I'm Dud4. I hope I pronounced your name right. Sorry, Mound4. There's the link. I just realized I needed to message someone. I'll do that in a second. There's the link in chat directly where you can donate through Tiltify. You can actually do it with any of the two links. If you are on Twitch, if you scroll down below, there's a little widget that you can do all the donations right in browser. If you're on YouTube, we have the link in the description. Mounda. Okay, Mounda. There you go. Just thank you for clarifying. It's Lee. I don't know who uses who anymore, to be honest. So, so there's that. So we have the link in chat and in the descriptions. If you're on Twitch, we have a widget for it. And I promise it's not a man-in-the-middle attack. If you see over here, all the corner down there, there's a QR code. If all you have is your phone or your tablet, you can scan that and that goes directly to the donation page. So, multiple ways of doing it. You can donate either with fiat money or cryptocurrency via the Giving Block or PayPal. You don't need a PayPal account to donate, by the way. It's all handled through Tiltify, which is a really good third-party, we've been using it for years, third-party organization that handles charity money, and so that way we're not touching the money or doing, so you know that we're not just collecting money just to buy endless amounts of flipper zeros for sexual purposes. It's all going to the actual Doctors Without Borders. Even if we don't reach our goal, all the money that's currently donated or that you donate will go there. If it goes over the amount, all that money is still donated. So don't worry, your money is going to go to doctors to help kids that are fucking injured. Yeah, and that's like a big draw right there. And this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be constantly saying this throughout the episode. And so now that I got all of that out of the way, let me go into, I think I have to actually configure the camera, and I have to send 2 messages, and we're going to get right into this like crazy, the way this was supposed to originally work, was supposed to work like one of those, like Christmas specials where people just like, rotate in and out, and it's like, oh, look, it's Steve now, and things like that, except it's with locks that drive me crazy. But we're going to get to this. Okay, so, where is lockpicking cam? Yeah, I have to configure this. You can admire the background that I did. Yes, I practice in CTFs. I don't really try to rank. I just try to practice my skills. Fun fact, I originally was going to do the advent of... I have to do this really quick. It's fucking stupid. I originally was going to do... Oh, that's why it's not working. I'm dumb as hell. Hold on. So something I've been wanting to do for a while is the advent of cyber, which is kind of like the advent of code, but it's all cybersecurity stuff. And what happened is that like I was super busy in December. Next in 2024, I'm hoping that December, so next year in December, I want to live stream every day of the advent of cyber. I've been doing little pieces of that just personally behind the scenes, but is this thing even on? But yeah, we're going to be doing a lot more of them next year, where you'll be able to collaborate with us just to practice your skills. We actually get like shockingly ranked really well on a lot of this, which is kind of funny. Why isn't the camera picking up? Here we go. It's happening now. Do it. Do it. Do it. Come on. Awake. Yeah, so I do them, but it's just to practice skills and stuff. Originally, we had a goal of eventually doing practicing for like 3 years and then making our own like CTF team that's like sponsored by DCG 201, but we're not sure if that's going to happen or if that's going to happen anytime soon. Let me troubleshoot of what's going on here with this. Okay, so that's the inner cam. Why do you not want to work now? God, I wish I tested for it. If not, we'll do it the boot. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, you ready for this? This shows you that I'm getting older. The lens fucking cap was on it. I'm a fucking grandpa now. Isn't that great? Sorry for the little, like, making you puke right here. I just need to like adjust. There we go. I think that's a good angle. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. So what are we doing now? We're going to just revisit a bunch of different things. There's one really cool thing that I want to save for last. Starting with, want to go and find an interesting way, and I don't know if it's going to work on cam. I found an interesting relationship between the Master Lock 570 that we covered, and these Master Lock Magnums M5s that I bought. And if you guys remember, and I hope I did this, I hope I do this correctly. Watch, I bet you anything none of the demo gods will work today. That will be entertaining for everyone, but watch, that's going to happen. But let me do this. And actually, let me try both these methods, even though I'm not supposed to do it like that. So if everyone remembers from the Master Lock 570, there was this whole thing, and I need a thinner tension tool here. I'll take both of these out. Really, this one should work, but there was a whole raking trick that happened with these Master Lock 570, where if I just do the tension here, and then I go in with a triple peak, like this worm or a Bogota, and just jiggle it around in there. Yep, it's just, oh, sorry, that was false alarm. But basically when you do that, it almost opens instantaneously. I'm going to try to do it on cam again. Now I might have to like give up and attempt to do top of the keyway, even though that's not how it's supposed to work. I just did that again. Let's just do it like that if I can, because still not thin enough probably. God damn it. So I really need like the space at the bottom. Alright, I hope this one works. So now I'll do a pointier one. Yep, and I just dropped it. See, this is the type of episode that's going to be going on today. But yeah, there was supposed to be a technique. I might actually bring up the video in a second. Let me do that right now. And I'll talk you guys through it, because I forgot to message my, there's two relatives of mine that wanted to see me live stream. And let me do that here. Can't remember shit right now. Here we go. Share, copy link. So let me do this thing right now while I'm thinking about it. Ta-da! You, and then you, and you. So we got that. Maybe they'll watch the video afterwards. But yeah, basically, there's Master Lock 570. You'll see this bullshit. But yeah, it's supposed to be that you insert it in, and you like wiggle the pick around, and it basically opens. So I'm trying to find that. Where did I put it? I think it was this one. So I have to get through the ad. So there's that part of it. Isn't this fun here, right? There's nothing going on here, and you're watching me watching a video. This is how my days, this is how my Christmas Eve has been going. Alright, so let me just check here. So yeah, the blade tension. Okay. I might have to use the more sharper peak one too. Okay, that's how it's supposed to. Because sometimes I need refreshers like this. You got it. Okay, and he's doing that. I see. All right, let's try this again. I think I figured this out here. Hold on. Let's go back. Set this up. This is like the boring shit. There we go. All right, let's try this. Because we have a bunch of fun stuff today. I just thought I would go off with this. All right, so if I remember correctly, it is, I'll put the tensioner in. I'm going to use the sharper peak of these two. Hey, Dark Arts. I know every time I stream it was late, but this time it wasn't technical difficulties or transit. It was just, you know, usual stuff, so. Let me actually try the thicker one. Because I did it on air before. Like, we did it on the air of the episode. I don't know why it doesn't want to work with me now. It's like the demo gods really fucking hate me. There's that. Keep doing it like this. Come on, you bastard. Ah! Why am I like this? Why? What's even weirder, here's another thing that happened shortly a while ago. During my public demos, there was a perfect bottom of the keyway tensioner here that I lost. And I don't know where it went. Mary Lockmiss, yes. I'll put it this way. Here's something weird. Normally, I'm just going to vice this guy up just to save my hands. Normally, I'm debating of, like, in January covering the Locky Awards, because I know we did that once. That was really fun. But what I'm thinking more of is that I kind of want to do, I want to contribute to it. That's more of the thing that I kind of want to do. Oop, the wrong way. There we go. Let's make it loose. All right, there we go. I kind of forgot I need to, like, there we go. Just make some space there. I'm gonna stand up for this guy. And, try to be somewhat in frame here. Put the peak in here. There we go. Alright, it was just my hand staring up. But as you saw right there, actually the logo's in the way, so let me just dip this over here. I'll relock it back up and we'll try it again. Because it's like you put it in the middle, and then you... Actually, why am I doing this? Hold on. Stiff. There we go. I don't want my entire hand to be in the way. So, it's like you go in, and you put it in the middle, and you shake it like that, and it opens. Now, I said before, that's like a thing I found you could do with the 570, right? And, you know what, let me do this, actually. Hopefully I won't kill the computer doing this. Hold on. So we're going to angle this like that. Keyboard, that, there we go. So as I said, when I was practicing this, I was able to rake this multiple times, but I was only able to pick it open once. Well, from what I've experimented off live stream, that technique also apparently works with these. So we're gonna try this again. I hope the demo gods like me. Although I think I did it with the worm rake for this one, which has rounder edges. And I believe the reason why is because, where did I put it? There's the keys for this thing, which I should have had. And I don't know if I brought them with me or not. But, long story short, yeah, I don't, for some reason, why didn't I bring the keys in? What the fuck? Man, nothing's going right today. But, as I said in the episode when I showed the Magnums, the keys have a high-low, high peak. And even though the Master Lock 570 doesn't have that high-low, high peak, I think that same technique, because it alters the angles and basically skips in the gaps between the high-low highs, is what actually makes this whole thing work. That's my hunch. So we're going to try this out. I'm actually going to do the same exact tools, and then if not, we'll do the worm rake instead of the triple peak. You can actually tell the difference between the three, because the bottom is the Bogota triple peak, the top is the Sparrow's worm rake, and the worm rake basically has more rounder edges, the triple peak has more pointed edges. By the way, if anyone wants to hear, so Mr. Sandman made a video recently that it's kind of funny because like I'm just thinking about replying directly on YouTube to him. Maybe I'll do it in his own episode. Maybe it'll be cool to invite him on and interview him and then like debate him about this. But basically, it was like in his experience, he had a bad experience with Sparrow's lockpicks. I've never had that experience. Now, to be fair, I did buy a lot of my Sparrow's stuff like 2+ years ago, and also occasionally they come out with a product that either almost quite works but doesn't quite work or is just perplexing. For example, those like king and queen rakes, which were just so huge you couldn't fit them in any keyways. They were, as I said, they were more like letter openers than anything. But I basically have a more positive opinion about Sparrows than he does, and so I have like some very much like, you know, it's subjective. I totally understand where he's coming from. I get it, but like I respectfully disagree, monocle, about like what he said about like Sparrow's equipment. So especially if you donate money, if anyone donates even $1 to the Doctors Without Borders, which again I'll remind by posting the link here where you can donate, or you can use the widget on Twitch, or you can scan that QR code. If anyone donates $1 and wants me to do the rant of the video of Sandman posted, I can. But that'll only be for donations for now. We're trying the same technique. And if I remember correctly, because the other thing about the 570 is that it is spring-loaded. And so with the 570, when you do this technique, you're constantly like pushing like up and down on it because it doesn't have any spring tension. With this thing, there is spring tension. So from my understanding, I just have to keep putting a consistent pressure. It's like I almost feel it. Ooh. Let me angle this up more. So it's like down, back, like that. Because I don't really have big hands, but for some reason, when it comes to the lock stuff, my hands like to get in the way of crap. I'm trying to find like an okay angle on this. I'm just happy I have the vise now. And it's crazy because even though this is viced up, this still like puts strains on my hands. So you're gonna see me like probably take a couple of breaks. I'm gonna just keep trying this, see if anything works. Because it's worked in the past when I do the same technique. Maybe I'm forgetting something here, but what's really interesting is that this is normally how you use a wave rake. But the funny thing is that in my experience, let me try the super thick thing because I'm curious. The city rake. The city rake doesn't really work on this. Yeah, no, that's too. There we go. Hope like nothing falls off the table because I'm vibrating the entire table here. I'm just so happy that, you know, honestly, it would concern me if we didn't get any donations during this live stream, which I would take as an L on myself for just being horribly late. But my whole thing is that I'm still happy that we're already, like, we've only done, like, 3 streams, including this one, and we already reached, like, halfway to our goal. So that makes me very proud of everyone in the community here. I actually wonder if I had more luck if I didn't device this, even though it would hurt my hands more. So that's the super sharp peak. Let me try the wave rake. Let me actually just like relax my wrists a bit, my arm. This is how you get the exercise for life. This is how you slim down, build like hair on your chest and muscles in your arms, doing all this crap. Especially in odd positions, just as uncensored tactical. I'm also wondering if maybe I'm able to hybrid pick it. I might be able to put everything like a full set. And then, there we go. Put everything in a full set. And then, single pin pick it. I might try to do that next. Wait, how long till Christmas? Cool, 6 minutes. 6 minutes, and, you know, one, Santa's not going to give me anything because I'm an agnostic atheist, but also, he's not going to give me anything because, one, I'm going to be awake during this live stream, and possibly all night, and two, we're not going to live stream all night, I'm talking about my own synapses, but two, I agree with the Sparrows commercial, where I think it's outdated information that Santa comes through your chimney, especially since most places have chimneys. I'm pretty sure Santa is probably, like, the best lockpicker bypasser on the planet, and has his own, like, elite pick set. Basically, you know what it is? Actually, here's my conspiracy theory. Santa Claus is Deviant Olem. Let's put it that way. Think about it. Deviant's big, round, jolly, has a beard, loves giving gifts, kind, blows shit up, likes riding around on a sled. I think Deviant Olem is Santa Claus. That's his, like, his secret life. Is that I have no proof of that. I'm just gonna start that rumor and see if it's true. So yeah, Deviant Olem Santa Claus. Also, red team Santa Claus is red. Red team tools. Yeah, exactly. Lockpick. Well, here's the thing. I've seen hints about what Lockpicking Lawyer looks like because I've never seen what he looks like in person. Because I've seen his like reflections through his own locks and stuff. But it's not an accurate picture of what he looks like, so I can't comment on if he looks like Santa or not. I mean, he could also wear like a fake beard or something. It's definitely not McAlley. Oh God! Actually, here's an idea. If Lockpicking Lawyer is Santa Claus, wouldn't it make sense that McNally is Krampus? Because he's like just yeeting locks everywhere. He's mad. Like basically, McNally is like that mean German guy who would paint everything with a brush the size of a barn, as opposed to Lockpicking Lawyer, who is basically Bob Ross but with locks. Like there you go. I've actually been meaning to make a new meme on our lockpicking that has someone being like a criminal being interrogated and putting the Master Lock logo on them, and then the good cop is Lockpicking Lawyer and the bad cop is McNally. Covered instruments. I think that would be cool. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to do a hybrid picking where I'm going to try to attempt to rake everything into a full set and then go in and pick stuff, and if that doesn't work, then I swear to God that technique actually worked a bunch of times on this. I don't know why it's not working now. I know overall for me it's a skill issue, but it also just could be like camera, the demo gods, camera shy locks, other excuses, things like that. Put everything presumably in a full set. Let's go in and go to town. I do think overall that probably the reason why I have a hard time single pin picking these locks is because, like with most things I get confused of initially, I probably don't realize about like what tensioning I should be used. Too much, too little, don't know. One set. I just clicked one in. Maybe 4 could be binding. I think I lost the plot here. Yeah, it's gonna let everything set. And one last thing I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna change the tensioner. Actually, same tension. I'm going to use top of the keyway tension. Actually, let's try both. You're not supposed to technically rake rock top of the keyway tension, but let's just see if it makes any form of difference. Because I'm just super... Yeah, I just lose everything. Super curious. Oh, boy. Okay, so now I have to actually move crap out of the way in order to... Oh, no, it's in the corner. I can grab it. Oh, I swear to God, one of these days I'm probably going to accidentally, like, electrocute myself on the live streams. Because, you know, I've already had carbon monoxide poisoning on the live stream. So, electrocutions and everything. I hope I don't have a blood injury. Considering what I'm about to do later on the stream, I hope no one gets any ideas. And we'll... Oh, 2 more minutes. Probably less than that until Christmas. Yay. It would be amazing if right on Christmas this lock goddamn opens. That would be hilarious. So even though you're not supposed to do it this way, I'm just going to do it just to see if, like, anything changes just because of the different tensioning position. And the fact that I have more control. That's exactly why you're not supposed to do top of the keyway with that sort of thing. Let's just try the warm rake with that, and then I'll just go back to picking it. The top of the keyway tension, and then we'll literally call it a day because the day ends, and we'll go back to other potpourri topics. And remember, as much as I like doing stuff with the show, oh, damn it, I am doing this for charity. So be more encouraged, 1 more minute, if I could get donations, even if it's $1, for just torturing myself, because then the torturing is like completely worth it. That would be great. So have that in here. Let's try that again, but with the worm. Yep, that's not gonna work. All right, let's try actually picking this thing. To go in. See, at this point, I was already supposed to be streaming for like 4 hours. We're supposed to be ultra long. Oh, yay! It's officially Christmas. Da-da-da, da-da-da. It's Christ's birthday, but not really. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy Isaac Newton's birthday. Happy Chinese food for all the Jews out there who are currently stressing out Israel as much as I am. And speaking of that, if you really want to do a Christmas present that's going to help and will literally only cost you at minimum $1, you can donate to the Doctors Without Borders, which is what this charity live stream is about. The link is in the chat. It's also in the descriptions of the show, as well as the QR code you can scan in the corner. Or if you're on Twitch, we have a little widget for that. So I'm going to go in and pick this again. I feel like I'm putting too much tension. Let's do like literal featherweight tension and see if anything changes. But a fun thing, a key to how I do that wasn't an intended pun, but that works. That I do featherweight tension on is I line most of my hand completely perpendicular to the side of the lock body, and then just happen to like rest my finger on it. So I'm not actually pressing down on it. I'm like resting most of my hand, and my finger just happens to be on the top of the keyway tensioner. And that's actually how I achieve that like super lightweight tension when doing top of the keyway stuff. That way I don't like normally accidentally over tension. Okay, 2 and 3 are set. I'm trying to find which one has counter. I think one has counter rotation. I'm trying to find it. I think it's this first one. There's that first pin, but let's reset. Actually, let's try it let's try it this style. I normally don't pick it like this, but let's try. Two's good. 3 seems okay. Back to that previous set. Hopefully 3 just dropped. Hang on. feel like I keep oversetting the pins. Let's go back to the more shorter profile here. Christmas Day, so excited. I think like most adults, I probably got all like the gifts my friends would send. Like, I actually just got like a monetary gift from a relative of mine, digitally, earlier on New Year's Day. So we're also celebrating a member of Hack Manhattan's birthday here, which is funny because we were like, let's get a cake, and it's like 12:30 in the morning. Where the hell do we get a cake? And we end up going like in the heart of Times Square, and we found this bakery where we were like shocked of how cheap the prices were. Because like in the middle of Times Square, so you would think like a slice of cheesecake would be like $80, but no, this was like cheaper than you get with the normal bakeries around just this area. So we were just like, huh? So that was a fun night, and the cake was pretty good too. And it wasn't a lie either, so that we got to do that lame joke, so that was neat. But actually meaning to ask that Hack Manhattan member if like, have they ever encountered that thing of like, you know, because I'll put it this way, my mom's birthday was the first week of January, so one of the things that would drive her crazy is she would have that problem of her parents and relatives just being like, these are your Christmas presents and your birthday presents, and she fucking hated that because you expect, hey, it's near or on Christmas that like, you know, that you get like 2 sets of presents because you're that awesome, but nope, we live in this economy, so back then it was that economy, so that didn't happen. So I wonder if they've gone through the same thing ever. I feel like I keep getting really close with this and then like just fail. Trying once again to figure out which one has the counter rotation in it. Maybe I'm oversetting it? I don't know. Let's try this again. Wish they would extend the knurling up to here on these. Because I got the gnarled ones for better grip, and while they do overall have better grip, I feel like they should have, the knurling should have extended all the way to the curved part of the top of the keyway pry bar than what they actually did with it. That's my only criticism of these. Otherwise, I got them, and they also come in different widths, so that's pretty neat. Although I eventually want to get one of their heavy bar sets because I've been increasingly dealing with locks, particularly automotive locks that the keyways are incredibly wide, so you literally need just like a stick of metal in there in order to turn it. And unless you like reuse one or even like a screwdriver, it doesn't quite work. Well, put it this way, I've been getting close. Maybe we'll revisit this, but I give up. So normally that weird raking technique for the 570 works on the M5, but for some reason it just didn't want to work on camera today, so that's weird. But let's go with something kind of a bit more interesting. I recently found it also allows me to sit down. Let me just make the vise complete. I'm gonna make this camera extra wide here. Oop, extra tall. There we go. And we're gonna move a bunch of this stuff out of the way. This is really neat. So, before I did the free lockpicking on the open houses, there used to be also just monthly lockpicking classes here. They were done by TOOOL, the Open Organization Lockpickers, the same one I'm a member of, but they don't do them here anymore. Not because of any drama or anything. It's just a lot of like scheduling and other stuff, which is why they were like, hey, you know, if you want to do it, that'd be great, because that way they can still have lockpicking classes, and you know, while we're still stuck in like ruts and things like that. So that's why I do it. But they used to have them here, so because of that, Hack Manhattan actually has. I'm gonna go grab it now. Hang on. To move some stuff around here. They actually have. There's a lot of things around the space with boxes, and they have, you know, like sewing and, you know, tape, screwdrivers, things like that. And in here, and I'm gonna shift everything over, is the lockpicking bin. So I actually haven't looked at this. I've looked at it a little bit, but I haven't like dug through it. So this is all the stuff that was left over with years of lockpicking and stuff that members threw in a bin. So I have it off camera, but I'm going to be just grabbing stuff and I'm going to put it out on display. We're going to like sort through all of this. I think this would be really neat. It's kind of like what do you call it? Like archaeology. So first of all, there's for no reason a ton of lockpicking cases of different types. Now this is a Southward PSX 14. I also have a 14 here, an older version that's well worn. I don't know if this is real leather, but compared to this, because I know this is real leather. This feels like imitation leather, which is something Southward does. They make like vegan imitation leather cases, but they have very similar insides where it's serviceable. You put like a lot of your tools here, some specialty stuff here, but it's super basic, super lightweight. I think if you're like an ultra beginner and you don't know anything, this is like a okay case. I more pick like a tuxedo creeper or a Kickstarter case from Sparrows, because I heard the Covert Instrument ones are good, but I haven't tested them out yet. And then there's been these other lockpicking cases. By the way, I guess these were the original prices for people who brought them in, or maybe now or something, but there's this guy. I have no idea what company this is. This is like an eyeball with a lock on it. And if anyone knows what this symbol is, or the lockpicking person or company that does this, please let me know. This one's even more basic. This is like, I don't know. I mean, all mines are shrink wrap, but you could probably put like probably like just like 3 shrink wrap tools. But actually, that's a good question. Let's see how many. Let's just put 2 shrink wrap tools here. I guess you could fit 3, maybe 4 shrink wrap ones in here. Obviously, could fit one that are more low profile, and like particularly long ass bomb the QA turning tools can fit in here. Although they start to like bulge in the middle, so that's kind of a issue right there. But again, I guess serviceable case if you're carrying like a lot of flat picks. You need something really cheap. And then same thing with the eye. This one's even smaller, and because it's these like dedicated pockets, you can only put like 3 in there. And again, with shrink wrapped handles, I don't even know if this is gonna work. Let me try. Okay, so it's way taller of those. Oh, this is for, I see what this is. So these are for mini picks. So the handle's half the size, like the cutout ones I showed earlier. This would fit in there. I do like the way this closes in as like this little strap as opposed to like a piece of Velcro. And this is like the most super basic thing. There's not even a covering. It just literally exists to hold the same mini picks, but there's no flap or protection or anything. This is like something you would put literally like in your like front breast pocket, or maybe you could do longer ones if you didn't mind any backing here, although this exposes to like bending and stuff. But it's like also just like, this is like you put it, it's like in your like suit breast pocket or whatever that you have. And by the way, breast pocket is not related to me as side pockets. But there's a bunch of like cases in here. Let's see what else is in here. For some reason, there is a crap ton of these like school what you call it, combination locks. Oh boy, I'm probably gonna stream for like another hour or 2. And while I could do the mathematical decodes here, I want to get some of the shims out of the case later on and see if we could shackle shim some of these, because they might be old enough where we could do that. This is a tube lockpick case that comes in. Most of them are see-through. This one's colored. So like a lot of times when you get these in bulk and they're like, doesn't come in a case, they come in cases like these. I know Tools also sells them like these. They have a lot of different keys for some reason. It's the Seagull keys. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins, I believe. No one knows where they go to. I'm not going to take them all out, but we have a bunch of like Z-wrench turning tools in here, which I have to remember for future lockpicking and stuff. And we have one single hook that has seen better days. Look at the bend. I'll put it this way, right? So like this is how straight a lockpick should be, and then this is like how bent. Like it's like cracked its neck. It never get back to you. I maybe should try picking some base locks with this bent one. That would be kind of funny. It's just a piece of metal parts. There's a lot of just like parts of things. This, what the heck is this thing? Oop. Dropped a baggie.
So there's just like a giant drug bag here, and I guess this is more of this Hathworth keys. These like little tiny. Are they wafer locks? They look like wafer locks. Holy shit! Oh my god! Holy crap! I didn't even know Matt Heckman had these. I just dropped them all out here. These are all wafer locks, and they're Dremelled on the outside, so you can actually see how they work. So, oh, cool! I've actually been meaning to buy something like this. When we do the public lockpicking stuff, I might like borrow these out of the case. But yeah, a lot of people don't realize, and this is like really crappy bit in here. A lot of like wafer locks. Keys just look like normal pin tumbler keys. They essentially kind of work the same way, except as you can see, the wafers themselves are uneven here. And then when you put the key in, it pulls them up and down all around. You can see them get like sucked in there. And now their shear line is down enough where it should turn, although for some reason this one is not scrunching in. Let's try a different one here. Maybe it'll work better. Double check, yeah. It seems all of them have that same problem where the key is not long enough for some reason. Fascinating. Huh. Maybe that's a retaining one? I have no idea. I would just think if it was flat. I wonder why they don't... Oh, wait a minute. I'm dumb. It's because they don't have the housing in them. Yeah, if they had the housing, these would turn and not turn. But this is literally... I thought they had like another layer of housing. This is just literally the core. So still a good visual aid. If you don't have an official thing, there's actually a little piece here that would turn the actuator. So that's cool. I didn't know we had that. Let's put it back in the druggy bag here. But fun thing, unless it's like a bulky lock, all lockpicking tools and smaller locksmith stuff all come in these druggy bags, and they're usually way smaller and look like actual druggy bags, which become absolutely amazing and hilarious when you are shipping stuff, because obviously the Postal Service has a lot of questions about things. So this is a lockpicking set in one of these giant druggy bags. Let's see what we have here. We have a decent hook. This definitely looks like an unshielded Sparrow's hook, because that bend in the middle is very Sparrow's. This looks like a Chinese or Southord. I think it's probably Southord, because usually Chinese ones have bigger diamond tips on it. Like these. Oh, this is a good comparison actually. Like look at the diamond. Let me get my case. Let's use this case. Like look at the. This is like kind of the average size that a half diamond should be, right? Look at these motherfuckers. These are obviously from China right here. Look at that whole thing. You could skewer fish with these things. Holy shit. This is like, outside of this basic bitch clear lock, there's no way you can get that through most locks. That's why I don't even use them for the public stuff. There's that. Really shockingly still bent but good triple peak here. I think this might actually be from Sparrows. Because let me do a comparison here. Maybe. Let's find out. Yeah, it literally exactly lines up with no variation in it of my triple peak with these. So these actually might be older Sparrows picks, which is kind of interesting. Or like a mix. Definitely mix of Chinese stuff. We have again, that bent hook. And then we definitely have some Chinese picks, because only in China will you get like weird... Oh, wait, maybe they're not. Maybe one's from... Oh, these aren't from China. I know what these are. Oh, God. These are like that specialized Tron sort of offset picks that I believe that you can get from someone taped this one from Sparrows years ago. Actually, I'm curious about something now. These are normally supposed to work really well with the with like high-low highs and stuff. Now I'm curious about how good the reach is on this. Hold on. It'd be hilarious if I actually opened this lock with one of these guys. That would be so funny. Got some rotation on that. No counter rotation yet. Just fascinating. I think it's because the actual tip itself is too wide. Also, the slight paracentric way of the keyway is not helping. That was interesting, though. Hold on, let me just try it with super lightweight tension again. Maybe I'll revisit this with this tool at top of the keyway tension, but because normally, again, this type of bend in it is supposed to be really good for that high-low high that these had. So I was just curious about that. But anyhow, that was it. This is kind of just, I guess, a leftover pick bag. Half the stuff seems to be good. Half the stuff is not well. The short hook, the one beefy handle half diamond, and the triple peak are all good. Everything else is just meh. Especially these half diamonds that are like Mickey Mouse glove sized. So let's just put that one away. And the most of what's rests in here are just like odd cylinder lock tumblers. Like we have this guy. We have these two lock cylinders. One is a Seagull and one is a Pro Mag. We're going to investigate those in a bit. Some practice tumblers. These are the super old school tool practice tumblers. They're even older than the ones that I have. Let's see. We have the base 5, base 4, 3. Do we have a whole set here besides 6, maybe? We have 2 unmarked ones, but and these are definitely tools. This is base 1, and this might be either a 2 or a 5. We'll investigate those in a moment. And then we have this U.S. American lock. I think it might be a postal lock, so we'll take a look at that too. But yeah, that's everything in this magical, except for these keys, which are all like random Schlegs and Pro Mag keys, which I think maybe one of these goes to the Pro Mag? Let's find out. Nope. One other Pro Mag key. Let's see if this works. Nope, none of these work. Not for any of these Pro Mags. Yeah, that's pretty much what's in this box. I'm going to put this to the side. Let's go sit down and investigate some of the stuff that we took out here. Let me actually see if I can get some bypasses out of here. Hold on. Oh, man. Here we go. We only need one, but I'll take all 3 of them out that I have left, because I used to have a whole pack, and boy, did they get broken or lost, similar to my core shims, which is why we're going to be doing a very unique thing later. And again, if you are interested in any of the stuff that I'm doing and you want to get alerts or anything like that, you can like and follow us on Twitch, YouTube, Odyssey, PeerTube, and Kick. We get a notification for those. But if you want me to worship you the entire stream, even if you do it when we're not live streaming and I post on social media, you can donate even just $1 or $5, $10, whatever amount to the Doctors Without Borders people that we're doing for our live stream. I just shared it in chat. It's handled through Tiltify. You can do fiat money like US dollars or euros or whatever, or cryptocurrencies if you're that level of crazy. I say you have a bunch of like, useless, if you have a bunch of valuable but not practical shit coins lying around, you want to help out like people like kids being shot in Palestine and dying from disease in Ghana and other places, you can totally donate to that. And it's handled through Tiltify, which means we don't touch any of the money. All of that is handled through them. And also any money that you donate, let's just say by the end of March, which is how far this donation goes, we still only have like $75, $85. All that still is going to Doctors Without Borders. So you never have to worry about like where your money go, like, you know, like if your money's going to get donated. So even if we don't reach our goals, we still have that. So I'm just curious. This is the base 1. Definitely has 1 pin in it. I just want to go through all of these just to see how viable they are, since these are older ones and obviously have some wear, tear, and use to them. Because if they are viable, like, well, I want to get a newer set for Hack Manhattan, this might be like one of those times where like we don't, like, maybe like we can kind of like save a bit on resources and stuff. Well, let's find out. So this should pop immediately if everything's fine. It's also why I have the lock lube in the corner. Yep. That's definitely a base 1. That one works. Actually bring the camera closer here. Nope. There we go. Ta-da. That, I guess. Alright, so that worked with this one. So let's find out what this one is. And this is a great thing about something I taught a while ago of like, how do you find out if a lock, how many pins there are in it?
What you do is you take, and it's not marked or you don't know the model, so you don't know how many pins, or it's a challenge lock or something. You take a tool with a completely flat edge, half diamonds, and city rakes are perfect for these. This is a half diamond. And you make it point down. So normally you would point the point towards the pins. You're not pointing away, so the flat edge is completely pointing towards the pins. And you stick that, a little paracentric here. You stick that in the lock body, and you push up, you lift all the pins, and you slowly pull out, and I'll feel them drop. But you should be, I'll hear them, and because we're in like a mostly quiet room with good mic, we should be able to hear them drop. And we're going to count each drop. And I'm going to do it normal, and then I will go back and count again to double verify. So here we go. Wait, 5 pins? I thought we already have a base 5. Let's count it again. So make sure it's not a fluke, and also so we can do our counting abilities here. So it's all the way in. See, I can put the little tip out in the back, so it's all the way in, and let's slowly pull out very slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is another. So we have 2 pins, 3 pins, 4 pins, and 2 5 pins. We have 1 pin, a 3 pin. Maybe it's another 5 pin. Hold on. We're gonna find. Actually, let's count how many is in this one. It's gonna be a 3 pinner or a 5 pinner. I think it's a 3 pinner because I still see remnants of the yellow line here, which usually means a lower amount. So let's see. Let's try this again because there's a little bit, it like caught a bit off the end here. I thought I heard 4 pins. Let me, one more time. Hoping I don't have to leave this one up. It's a weird thing going out the spring here that makes it hard. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 pins. Let's do that one last time. So I think we have a 1 pin, 2 4 pins. Oh, I just saw the little 5 on the other one. It's worn off horribly. So so if I remember correctly, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a 1 pinner, 2 4 pinners, and 2 5 pinners, and no 3 pinner. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I meant a 1 pinner. We have a 1 pinner, 2 4 pinners, and 2 5 pinners, but no 3 pin or 6 pin. That's fascinating. Of what was left over from the previous lockpicking stuff. So let's sorry, we have 3 5 pinners, a 4 pinner, and 1 pinner. We have no 2 pin or 3 pin. That's funny. All right, let's do the 4 pins for shits and giggles. We were doing all this for shits and giggles, or more accurately, we're really doing all of this for charity to raise money for Doctors Without Borders. So let's handle this. This is gonna be all sorts of fucked up here. All right, so let's go in, especially since I'm like tired and stuff. Let's find out what's going on out there. I wonder if anyone's even left out here. Because also, like, some of these pins, like, one of them actually feels kind of stiff and caught. So these might also need a spray, which would be funny too. There we go. Longer than I wanted to, but that was the 4 pinner open. Let's do this 5 pinner. I get little click click, like a little grinder notification when I'm not on grinder. I don't know what the hell that is. One of the things, by the way, I'm hoping to do for 2024 is to make like actual 3D printed housings. There we go, 3D printing housings for these things. So that way I can like grip shit better. I might actually have to hold it like this just so I can have a good decent grip. No, I don't want to. These are all really loose for some reason. Let me do the quick and dirty way of this. Which one has the... I mean, they'll both work, but I prefer the higher frequency for these sort of things. I'm just gonna shrike them open, and just to make sure that everything's working here. Also, I'm actually going to switch out, use a thinner tension wrench here for this. It's too thin. The one actually might be even thinner. Yeah, I have to get out like my higher and medium one here. One of these two thick boys. It's the length that's bothering me. There you go. There's a phrase. Alright, so let's see if I can shrike this open. If not, I'll attempt to rake them open. See, there's something, it feels like it's stuck in here. So I might have to oil this guy. Let me just take a normal, like the worm rake, and see if that works. Just to make sure everything is working here. Because again, these aren't my normal practice ones. These are just the ones that are in the random ass lockpicking box for Hack Manhattan. So. Because, you know, these also, I think this is probably, I'm the first one to pick them in a while, so they might have to be like oiled or whatever. Go back to my super long one again for this. It'd be hilarious if I get so tired that I have to vice these up. It'd be kind of funny. Yeah, it's like something gets stuck in here, so I might have to... Yeah, there's something stuck in here, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this one aside, and later on I'm going to lube this guy. See if that works. Anyhow, let's try these other 5-pinners. This one, the keyway is really loose on this. That's impressive. Fascinating. I'll make sure everything works here. Because again, with some of these, I honestly think that they haven't been used in a while and they need to be lubed. Because that's what they feel like. Because again, there's something catching in the middle. I wonder if maybe that's why Tool left them here, because they knew they were like on their way out and they just took like all the good ones. Wouldn't surprise me. Why aren't you fitting? Jesus Christ, the way this fits is ridiculous. Not fits is more accurate. I don't even know if I can't even strike this out. Holy shit. Yeah, it's like, are these all the same? It feels like this one's more paracentric for some reason. I don't know why. It's so weird. Hold on. It's so weird. That's how I can maybe tell they're older, because maybe they like... Ah, jeez. Maybe they like, yeah, they like, I think, changed up the keyways, and that's what makes them easier. Either way, I'm going to lube this guy. So there's only one of these pin 5 ones left, and these seem like the more, maybe not, modern design, so let's find out. Let's see if anything, if it's, ooh, this feels even gummier. That's weird. whole thing is weird. Yeah, it's like sticky in the front and gummy in the back. It's bizarre. I'll double check something here. Oh, that's weird. I'll make sure we're streaming correctly. Yeah, everything's connected fine. I don't know why that one's tripping out. Hold on. There we go. Alright, that's running again. So I'll make sure all my stuff for the live stream is working. Wonder what they're doing out there at Hackman. Alright. Let me just try raking this just to see, because all these might be lubed, need to be lubed. If not, then it's just I'm being weird. Well, it'd be see, it keeps catching. Which is weird, because this is the smooth one. It shouldn't be catching like that. Oh, well, this one does open, so that's fine. But there is, like, something stuck that shouldn't be stuck on these. It's fucking weird. Yeah, it keeps catching on it. So, like, while I can rake it open, I think I'm kind of valid in that there's like when I was single pin picking it, it was like gummy in the back and sticky in the front. It's just really weird. And of course, this keyway, unlike my practice tool ones, I can't really fit a strike pick in here. And of course, I haven't tried a city rake either. So either way, I'm going to lube all three of these. Right now, it's only the basic 4 and the basic 1s that seem to work flawlessly. So I find that fascinating. Let's go on to the doorway ones. We have the Pro Mag 2 and the Seagull. I don't know if anyone in chat has any preference to which one that you want me to pick. Although I'm going to share the link again where you can donate, even if it's just $1 for Doctors Without Borders for our Hackers for Palestine initiative. Again, this is for Doctors Without Borders, an amazing ass organization that regardless of political stuff or culture, will help sick and injured people across the world, natural disasters, war, famine, things like that. Because everything's volunteer and on their own budget, they like have nothing. Everything's entirely done on donations, so that's why I figured that the best gift to do for Christmas, which by the way, Merry Christmas out there, since it's now officially Christmas at 12:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just thought I would kind of put that out there. So actually, first thing, let's take that flat tool again. Let's take the flat tool again, and let's count how many pins are in this Pro Mag. Should be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Let's do that again. Oh wow, we actually got someone from Kick. Finally, EJ66. Hi EJ. Merry Christmas out there. Happy holidays. We're doing this Christmas live stream because we're actually trying to generate and donate money for 5 pins for Doctors Without Borders. This is a show that I'm part of. I'm one of the co-founders of a group called DCG 201. We're a computer hacker group in Jersey City, New Jersey. And we do a bunch of live streams, including streaming our meetings. And this live stream is called The Master of Unlocking, where I teach lockpicking and lock bypassing. And because this is the Christmas episode, we're not doing any particular subject. Oh yay! It's a double thing. Thank you, EJ66, for following us on Kick. Well, finally we get to do that and test that. It's nice to know it worked. I don't know why it's doubling though. Let me check. Oh, there's 2 different alerts going on at the same time. 3. Okay, so there's doubles. That means one of these I should have had someone follow and then killed one of them and see which one works or not. Why do I have 3? Let me just turn. I'll leave all of them on, and if they go on again, we'll fix something. But anyhow, it's nice to know that works because we've been not having the best success on Kick, but we've been trying it out, and it's been easy to implement. I just didn't know if anything worked like the following or anything. So thank you. So yeah, what we're doing is we're raising money for Doctors Without Borders. since there's no description on the kick, I'm gonna post in chat. Hopefully the chat bot will move it over of the link through Tiltify. So thank you for following us, but let your other kick friends know that we're streaming this right now, and if you gotta be fucking kidding me. I'll get into what just happened in a moment. But if even if you like don't donate, just let you know that all the way to March we're going to be doing fundraisers, and we're not doing any particular like learning things. Although you will learn things from me lockpicking, and I will explain things as I'm doing them. So there's not any particular lesson. Usually we do like oh, this is dimple lockpicking, or oh, how to defeat this lock type. But this is just a potpourri of either new stuff I haven't encountered yet, or just revisiting old stuff. Right now we're going through the bin that's at the Hackerspace Hack Bin Hat and left over by everything. And we just opened this pro bag in the dumbest way possible, which tells me that the key has no bidding, because I didn't even do the point of this tip to pick. I just did it flat. Let's try that again. Oh my god. So literally just by, like, not even code picking, it's like just by pushing all the pins up, it opened. There's like no resistance on this thing. This is even worse than a one pinner. Hang on. Let's properly single pin pick this so I can figure out what's going on here. Hold on. This is weird. Let's try this again. There's 5 pins. Alright, so I want to know if it's just moving one pin or if you have to poke at all of them. So I'm poking at all of them front to back now. I just did that and it opens. Let's do back to front and just see if maybe, because maybe that back pin is the only one that needs to open. I'm going to try, actually let me correct this. There we go, now it's straight. I'm going to try, let's do that. So back to front. Okay, so from what I can tell, all the pins, 1 through 4, are at the shear line. It's that pin number 5 in the back that just needs to be moved. Yeah, let's do it again. It's just that one pin in the back. Maybe not. Hold on. And it opens. Just do that. Pin number 5. Just push that and it opens. That's even worse because I'll put it this way. At least, like, let's do a comparison here. Let's single pin pick this clear lock that's supposed to be the shittiest lock in the world on purpose, right? Even with its terrible, insano flat bidding, you still need to push all the pins up on this individually, every single one, in order to get an open. This Pro Mag 2 doesn't even have that. It's all the pins are already at the shear line except for the one in the back. So you just go in with a pick, move that one pin. You get it? Hold on. Now it doesn't want to do it for me. Hold on. But yeah, you don't have to do it. Let me feel for that last pin there. Hold on. This is me getting tired. Almost. For some reason I'm having a hard time feeling. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you move that one pin in the back, and it's supposed to happen faster, but it just opens. It's ridiculous. So yeah, it's even faster to do. That is insane. So this is like, this Pro Mag 2 is the easiest lock on the planet. Oh wow, that's insane. Alright, let's do the Seagull one. Let's count how many pins are in this guy. I feel like I should get at least $1 just for figuring that out. That's hilarious. Again, we're putting the flat end in, it goes all the way in. We're gonna push it up and count how many pins, pulling it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pins. Let's do that again. I'm gonna sneeze again. 1. So yeah, 5 pins. Let's see if this one puts up way more of a challenge than this Pro Mag 2. It's not Mag or Pro. It's more just like, help me senpai, I'm stuck in the washing machine. Jesus Christ. Alright, first of all, let's see if it does the same thing as the previous one where I just lift like all the pins up and it opens. No, alright, so that's already an improvement. I felt like I was going insane with that last one when it just opened when I was accidentally testing it. So let's try single pin picking this guy. Maybe this one has, let me just check the back. This has a C-clip on it. I don't have the pins, I don't have the key though to open it, allegedly. So maybe... So like, I could gut it, but I don't think I'm able to do that yet. Hang on. It's almost there, and there's no counter rotation. Something just dropped. I'm gonna go with my monkey paw actually, and as my hands are getting dirty, that's why I'm happy that we got the lava. I brought it. I introduced Hackman Hand to lava soap, which is a type of soap with certain chemicals and pumice in it that like also cleans grease and scum and everything, and like oils and metals and stuff. So it's been, you know, we already have like repair nights here on certain Wednesdays. People bring in like greasy and dirty stuff, and I was just thinking of like I always have the lava soap just because of the locks that we have. So QA slightly paracentric, so I do have to like curve my pick around things. That's fascinating. Like something fell again. Let's retension it. Also, this is the bottom of the keyway tension. I also am going to try top of the keyway tensioning it. And you know, to be fair, that's my not only is my hand cramping, but also let's put a good angle here. This is a door lock, which is what makes this. Imagine having this on your door, the lock that opens just by putting a piece of metal in it. That's insane. Let's try this. Let's try vicing it. Not only to save my hands, but also, again, this is what you're supposed to do with door knobs in the first place. I have to grease this guy again. There we go. I don't remember which way yet. There we go. Alright, that's not going anywhere. Let me stand up for this. I shall stand! Alright. Let's try like this.
Sorry, that things are gonna look weird. Here we go. I just want to get so that my giant that my hands don't look like they're giant and in the way. That's the goal here. That just slipped. That wasn't open, that just slipped. I wonder if this also has like a low, high-low pattern or something. It kind of feels like that. Because I keep setting things and things keep dropping, although that might just be a skill issue for me, so. And again, I'm also getting tired because we're supposed to stream a lot earlier. That's the thing, I'm putting too much tension with the outside of the tension. I have the tensioners all the way down there. See if that changes anything. Trying to curve around that in the back is so weird. It's like I can set the front ones easy, but the back ones, having some difficulty here. Alright, let's try raking the thing. Let's see if it's susceptible to raking. I think it just might be me or one other person here. Let's do this. Yep, well the raking definitely opens. So that was definitely a skill issue earlier. Hold on. Almost. It's definitely getting caught on something. There we go. So it definitely can be raked open. That's very fascinating. Which means it's probably even more susceptible to the strike picks. Let's try that. This is the super frequency one from Sparrows. So that's why I got these to deal with door locks. And this was a door lock, so doing it too. Supposed to be like 3 or 5 zips and they open. Just set tension on that. Put slightly bit more tension on here. Although maybe I have to go with a lower frequency similar to the worm rake. Let's try that. Let's try one with a, let's try a sinusoid, what's called frequency. See if that improves anything. Try a bunch of tension, see if that. Having problems with the lock too, just like putting the tensioner in. It's weird. Hold on. Why is it sticking? What the fuck? Oh, there's like a little piece of clay for some reason over here. What the fuck? Trying to get that. What's a piece of clay doing on the table? Weird. What dropped? Here it is. It's another strike pick. Alright. So I wonder if it's like a straight, like, raking action doesn't do it, but it's like the actual circular thing is what actually does it. That's fascinating. It's like that doesn't work, but like doing the normal, you just like doing it with like a toothbrush, but it's like, because the way you do it is it's not just in and out. Like when you do it with like a triple peak, it's supposed to be like it's same like I said motion. So when you motion brush your teeth, there's a bit of a curve when you do it, so you're not just linearly moving in and out. There's a scoop motion in circles. So like I think that's why that's working, but the strike picks aren't working because it needs that circular motion in there, which now makes me very curious of. Let's try a city rake. We haven't used a city rake in a while. Let's see if that's super effective. Especially because honestly, city rakes are supposed to work better on doorknobs. Also, let me vice this a bit. Oh, wow, okay, no. Don't want that. Some ball here. I'm glad I put this under like making and crafting for Twitch. I think that's very appropriate. I don't know if I put it the same way for Kick, but who knows? Let me know, EJ66, if I put it in the right section. Hold on. Let me get this more viced in. I don't want to be like twisting everywhere. There we go. Now I don't think it's going to move anywhere. So let's try that now. Again, I also haven't tried top of the keyway tension, which might change some of the dynamics in this. So. It's like, in theory, the rocking motion with this and hitting all 5 pins should set it off, but it's not. And then, of course, the strike picks aren't setting it off with a completely linear motion. Like so. Actually, I wonder if I put the strike pick in and wiggle it. Fascinating. So it really seems that the key, if you were going to like rake this instead of single pin pick it, is it really needs that like the multiple bumps, but that like circular motion in it. To open this thing, provided that I'm doing it right. So the hands are getting tired. So I find that fascinating. Let me top of the keyway tension this thing. See if we can get an open with this. First of all, let's see if this is thick enough to fit in and properly tension this. It's like way wider, so like it works, but let me try an actual like the old school pry bar, which has no gnarls in it. It's just a fucking giant bar. This is an older door lock, so it might be able to fit. Let me go back sitting down with my old ass. There we go. And then we'll try that US American lock that I think might be like a post office lock, but I don't know. So we have that in there. We get a monkey paw, and let's go to town. Probably gonna go on to like 130 maybe. This is actually, my tiredness level is making me worry about one of the things I was going to do tonight, just because I don't want to like accidentally injure myself. Oh, I'm getting like PTSD flashbacks of me injuring myself in similar. That's how I got the cut on this thumb. Basically, it was like 3 a.m. in the morning. I was dog sitting, and I got the dog a bunch of toys because I was super late from work. And when I went to open it with a knife, it didn't go as I planned, and I made a horrible, it's not even an incision, it's basically, I took a chunk out of my thumb, essentially. Wasn't the worst injury you could ever get with that, and it could have been a lot worse. It didn't like, I didn't like lop my thumb off, or a chunk of flesh didn't come out or anything, but it definitely was not fun. It took like a week and a half to 2 weeks for it to properly heal. It was just ass. I think I'm tensioning this too much. Let me try that. feel some movement there. Yeah, I think these are all standard pins, so. That pin number 3. Front pin. I feel like I'm close. I actually wonder if tensioning it the other way like this would be more easier and on control of me. It's going to cause a completely different binding order, which is always fascinating to feel for. Oh, I feel like something's loose. Because it's definitely partly rotating. I'm probably just too tired. Honestly, in hindsight, this probably should have been its own stream in a future month, but hey, we're doing this now. So yeah, my hands hurt too much, so we did get this open in very interesting ways, so it's not as easy as the Pro Mag 2, which is neither Pro or Mag, but definitely not the best door lock. I found that fascinating. Let me just stretch and rest my hands a bit. I've run out of drink here. I might do a short break and get some water at some point. Now I have this heavy-ass American lock. This is fascinating. I don't even know what model this is. Again, it says U.S., so this was definitely used in like a military or government capacity. And actually, I shouldn't even be tensioning this. Let me count how many pins there are in this heavy fucking thing. I'm going to do the same thing we did before. I think it's 5 pins. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins. That's the thing. It's a 5-pin padlock. I'm just gonna hand tension this one. Feel around for it. See what we can find. I'm imagining since this is American lock, this actually has real security features in it. Should probably be top of the keyway tension there, but I always start with bottom of the keyway tension. I feel like I'm still tensioning this too hard. Hold on. Let's reset. I feel like one of these is, it might be serrades, but it feels like one of these is possibly a spool. Interesting. I now wonder which kick alert actually works. Are they all different URLs? CRA. I don't know why I have 3 of these. Turn off the bottom too, see if that works. I have not just been paying attention when I imported stuff. Yeah, I think these are, I think maybe the front pin is a standard pin and the rest of them are serrated pins. I think that's what we might be going with here. Let's see what a rake can do. Maybe if it goes in a false set, then we definitely know that they're spools, so I'm just curious here. definitely resistant to raking. Let's vice this guy up. I'll stretch my hands a bit more. It's thick, so we're gonna have to really extend the this guy. And I actually might leave it later, maybe after the stream. Again, I want to remind that while I do have fun doing this, even this late at night at 1:04 a.m. because we're super late, I am trying to do charity here. So this is the link I just posted in chat is the link where you can donate through Tiltify, which means we don't handle any of the money for Doctors Without Borders. Our goal is mainly to help out the people, which includes Israelis, but especially Palestinians that are getting injured in the Palestine-Gaza region because of the Israel Defense Force stupid reaction to everything. So that's just pretty vice in there. So you can donate fiat or cryptocurrency to this cause via the link in there. If you're on Twitch, there's a little widget below. And there's also that QR code if you're just stuck there in the corner. Also, I want to note that, again, we don't handle any of the money. It's all through Tiltify. And if you do donate, I get a big ass notification for it, and I basically worship you the entire live stream. Currently, the top donator is Murph at $50, and then the latest donation, this is coming up here because it always says in the top right corner. The latest donation. Come on, show us what the latest donation is. Come on. Yeah, that's the top donor. What's the latest one? We got basically like 2 or 3 major donations, and that's why we're like nearly halfway. Like we're literally like, let's see. We're $35 away from being halfway to $35 away from being halfway to our goal, which is really impressive. By the way, that yawn really signifies how long of a day I've been having, how long of a week I've been having, and also just how like literally fucking tired I am. So there you go. Definitely clip that one where I accidentally opened it in like one thing. That freaking Pro Mag 2. What a name, Pro Mag 2. I'm gonna try front to back now, and then we'll definitely try this with actually, let me try top of the QA tension now. See if it makes any difference. This is the longer one. Oh, this one definitely fits. I feel like I'm actually gonna get a lot of good feedback out of this one. Hang on. I'm getting a lot more feedback with the top of the keyway tension here. Fascinating. Although I think I'm still tensioning it too hard. I need to like do it like that maybe. Stand up. Definitely gonna go on a break before we continue on though. Moving. I can't tell if this is like a false set though. Yep, and it fell out. Can't do it shallow, right? Yeah, no, you have to do it this way. Oh, jeez. To that first pin there. First pin set. I feel like I might be oversetting the pins in this. Either I'm doing the tensioning too hard or both. It's so weird. Let's reset. Try again. I also probably need to get like an actual more because this is back. I got my monkey paw, even though I like the design when the monkey paw was new. I should get the ones they've now made monkey paw notch pins, which is normal fucking Sparrow's handles on them without the artwork. And I should probably look into getting one of those, to be honest. Still feel like I'm tensioning this too much for some reason. I'm gonna try the raking things again, just see if anything changed since it's viced up now.
So Jeff says, "Good night, everyone. Don't forget to leave a like. And Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Please don't." Thank you so much for reminding. I'm going to put the link in again. Thank you for... Don't forget to donate. Thank you, Zest, for reminding everyone about that. Again, even though I do have fun doing this despite me being dead tired, I am doing this in order to try to raise even just... Like, I'll put it this way. Even by the end of the stream, if I get like $1 for Doctors Without Borders during the stream, I'll be 110% vindicated from doing this live stream. And again, even if you can't, because trust me, I'm always broke myself, can't donate any money, spreading the word that this exists, even if it's like when we're not live streaming or just posting about this, would be like a big fucking help. So thank you. I'm gonna try the city rake next. I'm really curious. I feel like the city rake is either kind of working or definitely puts it in a false set. I can't tell which. Let's go with the monkey paw and feel around for it. And then I want to try one other thing, and then I find a different lock, and then we'll definitely take a break. We'll take a short 2-5 minute break, and then we'll come back and do like the rest of the stuff I plan to do today, because I have even more stuff on that table over there, including like really fun, weird stuff to show off. So we're like 2/3 of the way done with this episode. I think a future episode I'd love to do is to have like someone from Tool, but definitely like my mentor Night Owl or something on the stream, even if it's like him streaming from his place and me streaming from here, and like sharing him the same locks that I'm frustrated with and watch him go through them in like 2 seconds and then tell me what I'm doing wrong. That would be fun. So the last thing I want to do before we go on a quick break here, I'm just going to put this vise back for the most part, is yay, it's like go right here, wheel of morality, turn, find out what we should learn, adjust everything back down. So again, over here I have these master lock master lock combination locks, and I could decode them. I probably am going to attempt to decode them now, but I want to know if they're older enough, because they seem older and beefier enough, or if I could actually shackle shim them. And they normally have one little imprint on the side here to shackle shim. So let's find out. Let's see if this is even possible, because they might have ball bearings, they might not. This one doesn't definitely want to do it. This one really doesn't want to do it. There's like no real angle I could put it in on. Let's try a different smaller one. Nope, same problem. Which means this one definitely is not going to work. Nope. Okay. Let's try this guy. I think we're going to have the same result, to be honest.
This one's even tighter. Let's try this one with the thick casing thing on the side, which is usually also designed to like prevent shimming like this. Yeah, no, there's no real way to like insert it in. So we'll have to do this. Oh, maybe, hold on. Yeah, this plastic thing is preventing it from going any deeper. Yeah, this whole plastic case prevents that. So this one might be shimmable, but this one, the case is getting in the way. So let's attempt to decode these. If I remember how to do it correctly. It might be the first number. Ooh, that one. Also a good candidate. Ooh, that one is really locked in. Okay, so I have all of them. We feel for it again. There's one like down here that was like really locked in. I can't remember what it was. I think it was near 25. Very smooth a wheel, this one, by the way. There was one where it just did not want to budge. I'm trying to find which one. So there's 20. Because I wish I could like hook it onto a piece of metal and pull it, because again my hands are getting tired. Ah, it's this one. We're barely moved. So do that, and then 1, 2, 3. So 20 might be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1920 might be the first one. So let's try this. So we got there, and then when we go past there, I'm going to pull. One's really loose. This one's really loose. This one's really loose. This one's really loose. This one's really loose. Ooh. Okay, no, that one's actually pretty loose. Let me hook this on something. Let's pull it down here. I know it's off camera, but it's just because my hands are getting tired. Ooh, it barely moves between on 7. I'm gonna keep going around just to see. It's interesting how the ones that get stuck on are like really stuck on. That's fascinating. Alright, so let's try this again. So let's do 1920. And then let's do 1. Okay. And if I did this correctly, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and pull. No, count 1, 2. We're just going to keep going around and pulling. Hopefully it pops. Because if not, I might have to do like those backup candidate numbers. decoding skills have rotted a bit in terms of doing these combination ones, so I might have to do a follow-up episode on these guys. We'll see if we can do all of them, but yeah. So I think what we're going to do here is I need some water. I need to stretch my hands in a break. So once again, on break, if you want to donate to the Doctors Without Borders, there's the link again in chat. You can also scan the QR code that's in the corner down there, or use the widget on our Twitch if you're watching on Twitch. I'm going to go back to face mode real quick. I just need to take a break. Give me about 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to rehydrate and move stuff around and rest my hands and shove my head through a wall, and we'll be back here as we celebrate Christmas by trying to raise money for Doctors Without Borders, going through a bunch of new stuff, revisiting some old pain-in-the-ass stuff, and essentially torturing me in order to raise money. So be right back. I'm going to put some music on, enjoy the music for a bit. I will be back in 3 to 5 minutes, so here we go.
Everyone spam F. Does anyone have a vertical foregrip?
Cynical, absolutely apathetic, unbelievable. This could never happen, unthinkable, unimaginable for me. A lifetime spent wishing on the stars, praying, can God hear my heart, pleading for the one thing we all want. Maybe someday we'll give peace a try, and maybe someday politicians won't tell us lies. Maybe someday we'll build castles in the sky. Maybe someday we'll fall in love.
Give it one more minute, I'll be back.
Loneliness at its best is everything that you'd expect. Just like that, you're 20-something with no one there. But the stars always reappear when it's laid out and the night is clear. So if you listen real closely, you might hear the prayers. Maybe someday we'll give peace a try, and maybe someday politicians won't tell us lies. Maybe someday we'll build castles in the sky. Maybe someday we'll fall in love. We've never been given a reason to change, but maybe someday one will prove that they're not all the same. Maybe someday we'll give peace a try, and maybe someday politicians won't tell us lies. Maybe someday we'll build castles in the sky. Maybe someday we'll fall in love.
let's do this. First of all, can the music stop? There we go. Let's get back to face mode here. Hi everybody, welcome back. I know this is an odd Dutch angle. I know you guys feel like you're in Battlefield Earth right now, but it is Christmas, and on Master of Unlocking, where we teach lockpicking and lockpicking security, we are here to, let's move this over a bit, to do a kind of potpourri episode, because as you can see in chat and this banner above me, we're trying to raise money for Doctors Without Borders. This is the Christmas gift that I want, and I also want to just give as well, where instead of, you know, obsessing over getting a PlayStation 5 or a Flipper Zero, you instead get to finance doctors who don't have any money to do this, to go out to places like the Palestinian-Gaza conflict, the various plagues that are going on in Ghana and in the United States and things like that, and helping kids that are sick and are dying and getting shot at. So that's, even if you just have $1, you can click that link, you can scan this QR code right here below, or if you're on Twitch, go to that widget and donate. Handle from Tiltify. We don't touch any of the money. You can donate in fiat currency like USD or Euro or many other cryptocurrencies via the giving block there. And even if we don't make our goal, or we make more, whatever money gets donated in, your dollars will go directly to Doctors Without Borders at March 30th. Sorry, March 31st, the end of the month, in March of 2024. So that's that. But let's go back to doing even more crazy things with locks. Oops, sorry, desktop audio. There we go. And by the way, when you donate, I also get a notification of when you donate. And when you do that, I basically worship you through the entire stream, like our top donator, Murph here, who donated $50. We are literally a couple of dollars away from halfway through our goal. This is only our third live stream doing this, so I think that's really impressive. You don't have to donate while we're streaming, but it's cooler because you get to get worship on the stream and everything. So let's get to this. First of all, I just want to mention that this is what it looks like when you don't listen to my directions of only turn the practice locks 90 degrees, do not spin them around. This is someone who said they knew what he was doing, and as you can see in here, all the pins fell into the lock body, including the spring, and then because he kept turning it, because now it's completely loose, the spring has wrapped its way around the inside of this lock body to the point where I don't even think I can, like, I might later on try to remove this piece and try to fish it out, but I think it's just, I have to get new practice tumblers, which sucks because that means now I have only 1 3-pinner instead of 2 3-pinners for my practice stuff. But that's neither here or there. First thing I want to get out of the way, just in case, because I want to keep getting more tired and more tired, is this lock. So everyone kind of remembers this lock as, this was, even though we didn't have the vise at the time, this is the Coney Island lock that is, this is Ulmer. It's a 5-pinner. It's deemed to be unpickable. And I can still try to pick this later, but here's my thought. So, because of the nature of this, there's probably shielding from the front. But my thought is that if we take this back piece out and put in a core shim, there should be no shielding from the back, because the idea is this is built in a wall, so you would never think of anyone to shim it from the back. So we might be able to shim this from the back, gut it, and then see why it was unpickable, whether it was broken or a skill issue of mine or whatever. That's my hunch. So that's what we're going to do right now. And it's twofold. When we have to take this back piece out, which is interesting because originally this had I'm using this screwdriver kit from Craftsman. This was originally way more, what do you call it, dirty than it was. So I had to like soap sud it, and then I had to, after I soap sudded it, I had to then unscrew it, and one screw came out perfectly fine, the other got stuck. Probably should use the other iFixit kit. And it's funny because let me use the long one here. Because I kept trying all this different stuff and it wasn't working. I wish I actually did it on cam.
And then what turns out, what finally opened it was me going, which I might have to do here, a size up on one of the two locks. Yeah, let me do a size up on here. I might have to borrow the iFixit one. Yeah, here we go. We're taking these screws out, which only should take the back piece of it out. Yeah. This is the part, this is probably the most making and crafting part of the subcategory on this stream. One of my goals for next year, which I can't wait to see you guys next year, our first episode is literally going to be a banger, is we're going to, I'm going to be doing more like creating custom picks, creating custom locks, doing more locksmithing stuff, so that should be fun. So now with that off, we can just take the back panel off. As we should, so I'm going to switch to sort of a flathead piece here, just to pop this guy off. There we go. Now we have that off. And the idea here is I should be able to put a core shim in the back and be able to go through it. Now, here comes the dangerous part where you might all see me die on stream, and who knows, maybe I'll win a last-minute locking awards for worst injury. That would be fun. But what we're going to do here is I did not have enough time to order professional core shims from a company, and the person who I was going to pick them up from, our schedules didn't line up, so I was able to go over and get some from him. A lot of people don't realize, and someone drank this for me earlier, so this is not me. You can take a soda can or a beer can and make core shims out of them. And that's what we're going to do here. This is going to be tricky, and hopefully I don't injure myself. I'm going to be as careful as I can, so I'm putting my hand all the way over here. I'm doing this perpendicular. We're just going to stab. There we go. Another stab. And that's all we're going to do. And now I'm going to take a normal pair of scissors, and I'm going to cut. I know this is loud, I apologize. Years ago, I also did this soda can core shim thing. You can also make shackle shims out of these, or really any type of metal shim. We mostly try. Oh, there's a little bit of liquid left. Let me go dump this out real quick. I'll be right back. I should take a paper towel as well. There we go, I'm back. So it's like, because I sat this out to let this dry for like an hour or 3 earlier, but you know, it's a long can. So we're going to do that, and then the ideal safe way to do all this, with hopefully not cutting myself here, just cause some excess here, is I should be able to cut the ridge all the way down. And then I should be able to, it's funny because I usually wear gloves for this, but I ain't got time for that. I need to raise money for all those injured kids out there in Palestine. Maybe by injuring myself too. I'm trying to avoid so one of the earliest memes that I grew up with was, in America we had this famous thing called the Home Shopping Network. And
there was this famous thing where for some reason they were attempting to sell a samurai sword, a fake imitation samurai sword. And he goes, 11908 is the product number, and he's like, and the best part of all of this, and he's banging it on the table, and he both proves that the sword is both piece of shit yet sharp, because as he's banging the sword against this table really hard, a piece of it breaks off, flies off towards him, and stabs him in, like, the gut region. And he doubles over in pain, and is like, you know, he's like, oh, that hurt, oh. And then another person walks over and is like, we might need emergency surgery in the studio. And, like, I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible. So I'm now sopping up all the excess liquid here, which is difficult because, again, the nature of all of this. And I'm just going to try to bend this. I don't want it to be flat for a specific reason, but I'm trying to, like, out-bend this and hold it. Because I'm trying to be careful here because the edges are sharp. Just to try to more structurally mold this out of it, just so it's easier for me for what I'm about to do. And what I'm about to do is I'm going to cut the whole thing in half. Like so. Makes it a bit easier. Let's find which is the best way. Let's do this one. And what I'm going to do here is we're going to cut the core shim out. And the way we're going to do this is we're trying to keep the, like, most of the original curvature. So we're going to just cut a section out here. Very generic. Oh. I'm trying not to poke myself here. So like that. Fold it back in on itself, make it easier. And cut along this line. We have so much metal, we can make a lot of core shims. And then what we're going to do is I am going to, let's see, measure this out a bit, because we don't need all this metal. So I'm going to, like, cut a third of it off. And then we're going to cut, like, the edges. Because now that's small enough, we can make, like, a really clean cut here. So we kind of have our shim here. To make this a bit thinner. Some edge here. Trying to just make it a little bit more curvature. See first if we can fit it in the back, because it still might be too thick. Also, I should have sprayed this with lube first. I think this might be too thick, unfortunately. Let's try the other end. Whoop. Part of it went in. And with the rest of it. See, professional core shims, it's like, see, that's what I'm trying to avoid, is that sort of bend, that like sticking and bending. But with, like, professional core shims, what do you call them? Professional core shims, not only are they in different widths, so there's, like, this is like some of the thinnest soda can material, but you can get them, like, professional ones you can get a lot thinner than this, and also, they are automatically professionally built to the actual curvature of a core. It's like, let me test something here. Because I have, like, hooks and stuff there, 15 thousandths of an inch. And it's still too thick. It needs more like a 10 thousandth to an 8 thousandths of an inch. Because the idea here is if I was able to fit this shim, and I can also try from the front, to be honest. See, it's going there. I think it's like thinner at the. Oh, here we go.
got it there. I just don't know if I can, like... What I should be able to do is, if I was able to put this in properly, and I still think it's too thick, it should slam up against the pin, the back pin, and then you should be able to go in, which I'm about to do, because we're going to see if this works anymore. I don't think this one's going to work. I think I need, like, actually the order, the professional proportions, is I should be able to get the pin in the back and push the shim in, and it should be able to feed all the way through. And in fact, just to aid this, I'm going to vice this up. Definitely have to DW this actual thing again. And I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to loosen the bottom here. Okay. Loosen. So I'm going to stand it up. I'm probably going to do this off stream with professional portions. Let's try this. So, first let me count how many pins are in here. Where's that first pin? I need to go like that much deep in it. Alright, let's find out. If this works, hold on to your butts. I can also try it from the front, but I think it's shielded or poorly done in the front. That's why I thought of trying through the back, because if there was shielding, there wouldn't be anything in the back. Not really going in. I'll try it from the front. I don't think it's going to work, but let's see. So I think that's partly what this outer housing is that likes to bend. Because I can show you on a clear lock how this is supposed to work, right? So on a clear lock, it's like, this one's unshielded from the front. So the idea here is, and you know what? Yeah, I think this might be just too thick. Hold on. I think the metal is too thick. Yeah, because it's having a hard time fitting in. So I probably need something that's thinner, but yeah, it's supposed to go in like that. And then the idea is that you push up on the pins while you push the core pin down, and it's supposed to wedge, see, it just bent a bit. It's supposed to wedge through. See, I never had this problem with like the two-handed thing. With my professional shims. And again, I think it's because it's finally going in. But yeah, this metal is way too thick. That's the problem. So it is pushing. Fuck. Hold on. Ugh. So, long story short, whether I borrow them or I buy them, I need to get more core shims. I need to get professional ones because this metal is way too thick. Because it's working, but I can feel it chafe. I can feel it chafe and getting stuck. So that one. Last one. Now it's all the way in. So basically, it's stuck in the gaps between the driver pins and the key pins. And then I should be able to take a turning tool and just turn it to open it. It holds all the pins in place so they don't go anywhere. But my problem with this is that it's really thick. That's why I was having a hard time pushing it in. Where I didn't have that problem with like the professional core shims from Sparrows. So I'm going to have to revisit this one again and try it with actual professionally done core shims and see if that works. Because right now it's not. It's still way. I'm trying this on the other corners and stuff. Yeah, it's way. If it doesn't work on the other corners, it's not going to work. It's not going to work like near the top. Ooh, like I got it here. Ooh, it's actually going in. Oops, see, that's what I'm trying to avoid is that bend. Because right now, basically, it's way too thick. See, I just ruined that. But it's way, way too thick to be properly inserted in from the back. That's the issue I'm having here. And that's also need in order to do a lot of force. And what's happening there is it is deforming the shim because it's snagging, because the metal's too thick going into a way thinner gap than it's supposed to be. So that's the problem I'm having. I need to get professional core shims from Sparrows or Southward or whatever, then go through from the back and see what they do. So in the meantime, I'm going to put this back piece back on there. I believe it goes like that. Slide up the two screws, the holes. There, let's get this one started. Do another one floating around here somewhere. Well, I'm actually curious about something. Hang on. First of all, let me find that other screw. There we go. Here's the other screw. I'm curious. This one is the super thinnest one. I just want to try this. Thinnest in terms of like two-dimensional width, not three-dimensional width. Yeah, this metal is too thick. Metal's too thick. I need a thinner one, so I need to get professional shims. So yeah, I'll just put this back together, and on the off stream, I'm going to get professional shims and try it out. And if I am able to do it, I won't open it. I'll do a separate stream. I might preempt anything and just make a special stream of like, look, I got the shim in, and then push all the pins away, and then we'll gut it, and we'll see what's going on with this lock. But let's put everything back together. And I also want to remind again that I think just we've been doing a lot this stream, and I think a great way to reward the amount of work I've been doing on this particular stream is by what the fuck? Wait, where the fuck did I put this? Didn't roll off into this wizard, did it? Yeah. Oh, it's in my hand. I'm stupid. Is that I am trying to raise money for Doctors Without Borders. They're an amazing volunteer medical organization that is deployed in like war zones and famine zones and stuff like that. And right now, many of them are in Gaza right now, treating wounded Israelis and Palestinians, but it's especially focusing on the Palestinians because that's what the Israeli most of the civilian stuff. There is now like 20 times more civilian deaths and casualties on the Palestinians than there are the Israelis. And not only were the Israelis attacked by Hamas, but like the Israel Defense Force is so awesome that they're shooting other Israeli citizens, both genetically and nationally. And there's a ton of dead Christians and other Jews. It's just a mess. So I figured the best Christmas gift is to do a charity where you can donate to this amazing organization. It's done for Tiltify, so we don't handle any of the money. It's done by third-party professional organizations because we're not like a professional organization. You can donate fiat money such as US dollars, Canadian dollars, yuan, euros and things like that, or you can donate in any of the tons of cryptocurrencies out there. You can do that by clicking the link in the chat. You can scan that QR code in the corner with your handheld device, or you can, we also, if you're on Twitch or Tiltify, we have a little widget that does all of that. Alright, let me just move this sharp metal as safely as possible away from me because I have more hidden stuff here. We're almost done. I think I'm going to stream for like 15-20 more minutes. And we'll quit while we're ahead here. Definitely have to clean up this table of metal scraps. So what other weird things do I have? I'm going to end with like a little fun thing. Let me move that guy away. Alright, so what else should we go into? So something I want to do is, this was in some sort of device that's the one that Hack Manhattan had, and this is it's all this one-sided wafer pin, and the reason is I can't really pick this open because there's no outer housing for this, so it's just everything kind of turns. So I actually want to attempt to vice this up. I want to vice this up. Let's do it like that. Oh. I want to see if I can vice the tailpiece. That'll make the rest of the lock turnable. Do it like that, maybe. I'm so happy I have this device. This new camera and this device has been a godsend for our streaming. It makes Hack Manhattan worth it alone, which is why if you're in the area, you should totally check the place out. It's on 37th Street between 6th and 5th Avenue. And for me, as a Joyzy person, I just take the PATH train to 34 and walk the 3 to 4 measly blocks. Over here, walk up 3 blocks. Yeah, it's 1 of 3. Walk up 3 blocks around the corner, and there it is.
think I need a lower profile for this one. Let's grab one of the thinner ones.
I made such a mess today.
Be able to do this. And we're gonna go in, and I'm gonna get one of my half ball picks out of my extra pick set here. Let's see what we can do. Right in center. What's that card? If I'm dicing this up correctly too. Or I'm turning it the right way. Let's try it the other way. Even though it's not going to turn very well. Actually, what? It's turning the other way, but instead that way. Let's turn it up now. Maybe I should use an extra thick one. Extra tall, thick one on the bottom here. See if that catches better. The problem is this is in the way, so I'm gonna have to like do it like that. Something's moving. I don't know which way to turn this, that's my problem. It's really hard to do handheld too. Look for the thinner one again. God, I'm tired. Probably the most tired Christmas I've had so far. I really don't know if I'm doing this right. I feel like this should be retailed to the side pocket fail stream so far. I don't know. Alright. Give it a college try. See how she's supposed to move. Kind of curious. Yeah, I'll go look at it more later. What else can we look at here? Let me think. Let's try to remember something here. Honestly, okay. I just want to go through some quick things, and then we'll get the last thing I feel like we're going to do out of the way. So originally I was going to do, I'm going to do a quick test on all of these, where I had all these, door had all these door knobs, door cylinder cores, and the idea was that we were going to pick and zip them now that we have the proper vise.
I can't believe it's East Coast is 2:04 in the morning. Like, dear Lord, I think this is probably the most late night Master of Unlocking stream I've ever done. You know, which is important because, like, you know, I'm doing this for charity. I feel like this is one of those videos where, like, probably no one's gonna donate during the live stream, but then, like, afterwards we're gonna get donations. It's gonna be really weird. It's the Gatehouse one. So now I have this properly. Wait a minute, a little bit tighter. There we go. Now, okay. Maybe put it a little bit more. Yeah. It's like, I think the curvature of this is like getting in the way. I didn't realize how loose that was. I think that's it. There we go. Alright, let's try this. Like this. Cool. Alright, so let's try different things here. I'm gonna try simple raking first. The fact that we so far haven't been able to do most successful opens today, sometimes I wonder, like, oh man, I did an entire stream where I didn't properly open anything. Is this gonna, like, ruin people's opinions about me? And it turns out no. No, it doesn't. It's actually one of the reasons why I prefer live streaming this stuff. I feel like something's turning here. Got into a full set because, you know, a lot of lockpicking content out there, they already did like the best edits for things and like their best takes, and I think even someone as good as me, like just watching me struggle with this, I've been told like how it's helped encourage people in their picking journey. Because then they realize, which is true about this, that, you know, we're all at different skill levels, we all have bad days, we all make mistakes, and we're all still learning. So, believe it or not, I feel like watching your mentor struggle and fail is actually, it humbles you, and it also, like, is more encouraging than just straight out, like, I am a wizard at this skill sort of stuff that you usually see, particularly when it comes to, lockpicking. Just dropping things. I feel like I'm putting still too much pressure on this guy. Hang on. Try strike picking it. Let's do the high frequency one first. Okay, I wish I started this because like it should have been like 12:30 now and we're done, but I got here really late, so all in. Just because I'm curious. We still have more of these. I don't know if I'm going to go through every single one, but I kind of want to go back to some of these with the. I eventually want to get the Palmer, Christina Palmer's Wicked Waves, which are proper rakes with this sort of sinusoid pattern, and see what I can do there. That should be really interesting. Alright, last but not least, let's try top of the keyway tension. 10 single pin picking. Because even if I only do this guy, I think it's still kind of fast for me to watch. Right? Attention. I figure also, like, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a better proper vicing with this guy. I'm trying to remember which way. Righty, tighty, lefty, loosey. So if I do this, I should. And there we go. So instead, let's do it like this. It should have a better grip. Oh yeah, that's not going anywhere. Alright, let's try single pin picking this again, even though it's at a weird angle. God, this camera's so great now. I just wish I could figure out how to do it like... Actually, you know what? Let me try something. This is just the server room. Sorry for all the weird angles. I just never thought to flip it around this way. There we go. Let's try this. This already looks better. My hand might still be in the way, but... Still can't tell if there's any members left out there. Now, I'm also extra curious, and I wonder if pinching it the other way might give us a different binding order. That would be interesting to see. Now it makes me think, I wonder if we rake it the other way if it were open, that would be hilarious. So let's see if I can get this bottom here and finish it maybe. There we go. Let's try this way. feel like it puts it in a false set. I don't think you can open it just by making it, but it does feel like it goes into like some form of false set, which is fascinating. It tells me that there are probably security pins in here. City rake. I feel like there's some security pins in there. Alright, let's see. It's already getting late, so I have to now debate if I should try some of the other ones, or if I should show off kind of like the new thing I'm learning. I'm trying to remember which way I turn this. There we go. Ah, got it. I'm gonna try one more core. I'm also curious, because this should have proper shielding on it, by the way. Oh wow, maybe it doesn't. Hold on. Let's find out if it has a shield or not. This is already funny. I think it does have shielding. Hold on. Yeah, you can kind of see the gap in there. I think there's actual shielding. Yeah, there's proper shielding. I was just curious. Actually, am I not doing it at a low angle? That might help. Hold on. trying not to get in the way, but that might be a better angle. Let's find out. You can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm attempting to do. Definitely like a more paracentric than the others I've dealt with. That didn't do anything. Let's try to tap with the keyway tension. Single pin picking. Sorry if I'm sounding boring, I'm just like really tired. I think this is gonna be the last core cylinder I do, even though I'm super curious, and like we'll just do the last thing that I want to show off. Which is something that really should be its own episode, because I still haven't done it, fully solved it yet, but we're getting there. Yeah, turning it the other way will give me different results. Because since these were door knobs, door lock, they would turn in whatever direction the bolt would be, which means that doesn't mean that it turns clockwise. It could also be installed counterclockwise. And plus, also, depending on if you turn clockwise or counterclockwise in the lock, gives you a different binding order, so I'm like highly curious. And honestly, I'm so tired that I've given up. So what I'm going to do is, while I prepared to have a ton of content today, I'm just going to show two last things. Two are actually three last things. Two are a quick show and tell, and then the other is going to be our last picking thing. Because you'll see exactly what my frustration is that I would like to eventually get rid of, which might be a future episode of the show, and then like explain like that way it just is a skill issue. So let's reorient the camera again. There we go. Go. Awesome. Point. That. Perfect. Right, all this stuff maybe higher. Perfect. Okay. Let's move all of this out of the way. End this pretty much at like 240, I want to say. So I'm going to put most of my EDC away. And again, I just want to remind, the link is still in chat, still up, has not moved. that even though I love doing this and I have fun doing this, even now when I'm dead tired, I am actually trying to raise money for a charity called Doctors Without Borders, which right now their most high profile thing is they are dealing with the Israel-Hamas war in the Gaza Palestinian region, which has been way more Palestinian deaths, but let's not kid ourselves. There's been a lot of both Palestinian and Israeli death, and what's even more scary is there's a lot of like the Israeli Defense Force shooting and killing other Israelis, regardless if they're Muslim, Jews, or Christians. All three groups have had massive losses by Israel, not by Hamas counterattack or anything, but by Israel going on right now. Never mind all the other crazy shit, such as they also assist the ongoing Russian-Ukrainian conflict. They're in other countries dealing with pandemic illnesses, including ours, because we're having a giant... We're almost at the COVID levels that we had right in the beginning when this started. It's like really insane. Shame on us, to be honest. And yeah, so we figured that the best Christmas gift would be raising funds for these volunteer doctors, where all this comes from donation money out of pocket. So every little bit helps here. Just haphazardly putting all this back in my case. This really needs to actually go over here. Perfect. The other loose things, no, I think I'm good. So let's do 2 quick show and tells, and then we're going to do our last bit of lockpicking here. So the first thing, which I haven't shown in a while, is I have a favorite key. A friend of mine showed this key on eBay, and it has a funny thing about it. So normally, this is an old Schlage key 6-pinner with like a high-low-high bidding. It's part of originally a Holiday Inn hotel. And it's older, you can tell, because it's thicker metal. This won't fit into modern, like, these are also Schlags. This won't fit into a modern Schlage keyway because the metal's too thick, even though it's the same shape from the same company. What made it unique was more of the tags. So again, it's a Holiday Inn, but I love this. It's located, it was in Oklahoma on 2600 West Main Street. So we have both a 2600 reference. I don't know if I can get closer and see. Not only is there a 2600 reference, but it was in room 201. So 2600, 201, 6-pin Schlage key. This is part of my collection. This is like my, there we go. This is like my favorite. That's a good angle to not show off the glare here. This is like my favorite key in existence. I just think that's amazing. So yeah, just want to show that off. The other thing I want to show off before I return to Night Owl, and I don't even know how to deal with this lock. This is a Sergeant Kiso. The patent on there, do not duplicate. This is going to lead into the last thing I'm going to show. It's a crazy key. You can see it's a little stiff, but it completely works. And if I can take the key out, it's this like 2-sided dimple lock key, and I think it has pin-in pins, which means in order to pick this, and I tried, you need a dimple pick. You need a dimple pick, but the dimples, kind of like the car locks for wafer locks, are on both sides. So you have to pick both sides really carefully. I don't even know how to do this one. I just wanted to show this off because it's so cool. And maybe when I get Night Owl, my mentor, on the stream, I can pick his brain about that. And last but not least, in terms of show and tell, before we do our last lockpicking thing, I met this amazing person called Crooked Teeth and Keys at an oddity fair. And in addition to just usual oddity stuff, usually a lot of teeth, hence the name, he also collects a lot of antique keys and antique locks. And he had a lot there, and this was the one I could afford.
This is a Master Lock 44.5B. This was the lock, Milwaukee. This is basically the Master Lock number 3 before the Master Lock number 3. This used to be a super common lock, and what's crazy is it's so old. It's a lever lock. So this is a lever lock key. The back part of the key is missing. Has the same sort of like flat bitting that you expect from Master Lock number 3s. And you're able to insert this, and then it lifts the levers up, and then the spring-loaded tension opens it. So this is the one like actual vintage lock that I own. That's basically ye old Master Lock number 3. And that gets to our final thing that I've been experimenting with, which is disc detainer picks, disc detainer locks and picks. So I plan on doing a full episode this one day, but I thought I would try to dilly-dally around. Watch, this will be hilarious if this is the one that opens, because I've been making a lot of progress. I'm still learning, I'm still new at disc detainers, and I have not yet picked a disc detainer open despite me having all the tools. That's why you don't usually see me teach these in-person thing. And again, when I'm more comfortable and I've actually picked this open, I'm going to do so on stream, although there's a thing about the tools that I have as part of the reason that's in the way. I don't want to get into everything, but basically if you ever see a key that has these like slant cuts in it instead of the up and down bitting, that's a disc detainer lock. Also, if you look in, you see all these like little rotating bits but no pins or wafers. Also that, because what it's doing is that these keys are cut at different angles, so that rotates a bunch of discs in it. Hold on, where is the best way to do this? Rotates a bunch of discs in it, so that way it pulls the sidebar in, which you can actually see at the top here, although it's not going to really show up on camera. So it pulls that sidebar in, and once it does, hold on, you're able to rotate the cork because that sidebar is out of the way, and then without spring stuff. Hello, BMW Fan 300. Welcome. We're near the end of the stream here. But this gets the disc detainer open. I was just explaining disc detainer locks. This is Master of Unlocking on DCG 201, where I teach how lock picks and lock security works. And it's Christmas, so Merry Christmas, by the way, to you, BMW Fan 300, and also Merry Christmas to everyone else out there watching, because even though I'm an agnostic atheist, I don't really care if people say Merry Christmas or not. I celebrate Christmas, so... Yeah, Happy New Year. We're not going to have a New Year's stream, as far as I'm aware, but so this will be the last Master of Unlocking. We will have a post-New Year's first episode of 2024, so that's going to be cool. And again, Abram Hawk, Merry Christmas. I guess all the people on the other side of the globe are waking up right now. But I am trying to raise money for Doctors Without Borders, mainly for the Palestinian conflict region, because there's a lot of dead Palestinians and also a decent amount of dead Israelis. And the Israel Defense Force is not helping with either of those groups. But we're trying to raise money, particularly for like treating children, because it's not just like the bullets and bombs in Gaza. There's also a lot of disease and dehydration and the lack of food going on. And these are just from Germany. Welcome, hi. Question: do you know about the Chaos Computer Congress? Are you going to be watching that? I just found out that it's gonna happen. I'm going to be watching it well, I'm not live streaming it, but I'm going to watch it live stream from the 27th to the 30th of your time, which means in my time it's going to start from 4 a.m. in the morning, or 4 to 6 a.m. in the morning, all the way to 4 p.m. my time. So, yeah, cool. I don't know if you're going to be attending it in person, watching a live stream. I'm going to be watching a live stream, I hope I hope next year in 2024 that I will be able to actually go there, because I keep getting invited to parties and other stuff at Chaos Computer Congress every year from one of my German friends, and I have to tell them what part of I am a broke person from the United States in New Jersey do not understand. So I hope you have a ton of fun there. Say hi to the W3 Waffen people for me, the crazy waffle maniacs. I always enjoy watching their bullshit. Can't wait to see all the talks. I vaguely know German, so I'd be trying to follow along mainly in the English translation, and yeah, just have fun. I wonder if also let me know let me know on our social media if the pneumatic tube system's back, because I know that was the second in-person one since the lockdowns and pandemic stuff, so just curious. But anyhow, that's how I was saying that. Oh, by the way, also, because I keep forgetting, if you do want to donate even $1 to Doctors Without Borders, there's the link in chat. If you're on Twitch, which everyone seems to be here going on except for Urban Hawk, there's a little widget where you can donate, and if you have a device, you can scan that QR code. If you lose the link, it's also in the description of everything else on YouTube. If you open the description, the link to the donation page there. And again, I'm not even asking for people to donate like $10. Just even $1 will make this stream so worth it. Obviously, the more you do, the more I'm going to be excited. We also get a prompt for it, and I cheer people on. But yeah, that will just help, because that's what I'm doing. I have fun teaching lockpicking, and this is the stream where I torture myself. But the reason I'm torturing myself is for charity. So I've been struggling and still learning how to do disc detainers, and again, I'm going to do an entire episode on this, and I've learned a couple of tricks. And the first thing is that, ironically, I kept trying to do the alignment with just like the backs of my tension wrenches and stuff like that. But it turns out to evenly angle all this stuff, there is a tensioner tool in my dimple lockpick that's the perfect width and everything to move all the different discs around. So what you want to do, and I'm going to do this live, even though I don't think I'm going to be able to open this today because I haven't opened it yet, is you take it and you rotate them all. You first get them all lined up, which took a while because these were out of order for a bit. But what you do is you take it and you then rotate everything clockwise as much as you can. So there it goes. That's as much as it can. I'm going to move everything closer here. And now I'm going to take out my Sparrow's disc detainer pick, which is famously, literally, the tool that Bosnian Bill and Lockpicking Lawyer made, although Bosnian Bill's retired now, and Lockpicking Lawyer, we're going to be doing this later on, but take a sip every time he says he shills for covert instruments, and you're going to be dead drunk in 2 minutes. But this is that tool. I did a review of this way early on, 2 years ago. It was really good. There's one problem though. See, the disc detainer pick that I got with this clear lock from China broke, and that was actually a better tool for this because this is designed as a basic bitch disc detainer. So all the discs are really freaking huge. There's a lot of gaps between the discs. This is the only flaw with this Sparrow's disc detainer pick. It only has this thin pick, which is mainly designed for high security disc detainers, if I studied this correctly, which means that this often slips between the gaps of basic bitch ones, and also I don't want to torque it too hard or the tip would break, which is actually what happened with the old one, except it wasn't from picking this, it was from banging around on the travel case. So I have a hard time catching the wheels on this because it's so thin. A near future episode of this show in 2024, I'm going to actually follow Rook Knight's guide if he's able to take some sort of screw bit and flatten out to make a flat giant head version of this, because you can replace this bit in the disc detainer tool. And so I will make that here live on air, maybe in I'll try to aim for January, but maybe February at worst. Somewhere between January and March, I'll be doing that. And we'll be installing it and then tackling this guy and see if it does better. But right now, I'm just going to pick it as is as our final thing. So yeah, this is the Sparrow's disc detainer pick. Again, it's really good. It's just for basic bitch locks is a little difficult. And what you need to do is just like a dimple lock. You have to, what you do is you rotate it one way. In this case, it's going to be counterclockwise. And you pick the other way, so I'm rotating it clockwise. And so the first thing I'm going to attempt to do, if I can, actually let me pull this out again, is, also, which I just remembered, the front of this is so long that if you do it, it actually rotates both discs. So, let me take this out, straighten the discs again. The other thing is when you get the Sparrow's one, you use this on a base clear lock or a basic bitch disc detainer lock. You want to only insert it halfway, so that you're only tensioning that first disc. If I do it, see that's both discs. If I do it here, like that, like that, I can see it only tensions that first disc. So that's perfect. So let me go in and try to feel for the other discs. Oh, that's disc number 3. That did move though, so that's neat. Try to grab disc number 1, set in position. Okay, so that's in position now. And that was number 3 again. See, I can feel where it's slipping in the gaps. That's the part that drives me nuts about this. So that's number 3. Ooh, it's going further. That's good. Okay. Now let's try to slip in again. Keep going. Come on, I need to progress. Where are you going? Lost track of everything. I'm like slipping between 2 of the discs. Slip discs! And now I'm trying to find this. Where did it go? What happened? Here we go. Which disc am I on? Okay, there we go. So that's as far as that one wants to go. Yep. See, the thing is I have to be careful to rotate stuff up because it's way easier to rotate this counterclockwise by accident, the discs, and not. Go. Whoop. Come on. There you are. Come on. Even though it's really thin, it's also possible to accidentally rotate. There we go. 2 discs at the same time. So I have to be careful of that as well. Which way do I go, George? Which way do I go? I'm also getting cross-eyed from being tired, so I'm actually kind of like kicking myself of like leaving this last. And again, this pick is so thin that I'm like accidentally jumping between multiple different discs when I don't want to. Okay. So there's, whoop, slip there. Trying to catch one of these 2 middle discs here. It's tricky. I keep going in between the gaps instead of catching the actual discs. It's so annoying. Again, this is why I want a thick tip disc detainer tool, which at this point, unless I want to wait long for a Chinese one, I need to make that myself because Sparrows, unfortunately, does not have a thick tip replacement or comes with one. So like what Rook Knight did, you have to make one. And that's what I'm going to be doing at Hackman Have for a future Master of Unlocking stream. I just need to like practice some of my tool usage and things like that, source the actual nail he converted. So that's as far as I can. When I do this, I feel like last time I did this, 2 days ago, I felt like I was really close to getting the whole thing open finally. Oh God, it's so hard, especially with me being dead tired like this. I'm about to give up because it's so hard to feel with this tiny ass disc detainer had all the different disc tips. They really should sell the thin and thick heads That way you have one for base security and one for like high-end security. Alright, I give up. I'm taking the whole thing out. We'll straighten out the... See, this is how easy it is to get stuck in the gap between everything here. Go and straighten out these. So yeah, that was my attempt, but before I wasn't able to get anything on this, and now by studying and practicing and finally finding this tool to straighten everything out, that I'm able to actually make progress. And I feel like if I make the bigger tip head and just practice more, I'll finally be able to get it open, and I'll finally be able to do an episode about it and then properly teach it to everyone else. So this is the end of the stream. I feel like, because this happened last time, I had one stream where no one donated, and then like literally right after the stream someone dumped a ton of money. So it didn't happen live, which sucks, because that means maybe they didn't want to be worshipped on air and they were just shy. So that's kind of neat. But you know, we tried. This is for charity. I'm going to be sharing it with a bunch of other hacker stuff later. Thank you for watching this random assortment of stuff. And I'll tell you a bit about what's coming up in a second, and also what's coming up on this stream, where we're almost at 3 o'clock here. So this is the last Master of Unlocking for 2023. We are going to continue into 2024. In fact, because of Hack Manhattan and a bunch of other things, I am now able to do a ton of episodes I haven't been able to do yet because of mailing issues, space issues, things like that. So our next stream, if everything goes correctly, is going to be on January 7th. I have to check the calendar, but that should be it. And on January, so it's going to be January 7th and then January 21st. But on January 7th, I can tell you exactly what we're going to be doing. Last year, 2023 in January, I invented and did the lockpicking lawyer drinking game. We're going to make a return to that. I added new rules. I think the game can be better, but I need to play test it. So we're going to do it live. In this game, you get to take any libation, whether it's alcoholic or cannabinoid, and or maybe just like a bitter drink you don't like to drink or something. And we're going to get it, and we're going to drink live and watch a ton of it, especially since Lockpicking Learning now has a year's worth of new videos. So we have even more opportunities to get completely fucked over by drinking. And in addition to that, if everything goes correctly, we should also have a small audience that you, if you're in the local area, can join us. At the time we'll be streaming this, Hack Manhattan under my thing should be open. So anyone that's local to New York or New Jersey can come down to Hack Manhattan, and you can either be not in front of the camera, but we'll be able to hear you laugh, or be on the camera with me in the background. And we're going to go through the videos after explaining the rule sets, drink. And then after we see the videos, we might do a mix of watching really stupid lock videos, not by the community, but like Master Lock and Quickset and stuff. And then I might try to go over. I'll probably be so tanked that I'm actually probably going to go over the beginning of lockpicking, and we'll see if me being inebriated enhances or detriments my picking ability. So that's going to be a fun episode. That should be January 7th. Stay tuned for more details that come out for that. As soon as next week hits after the New Year's, so like either on New Year's Day or the day after, I'll post all the information about that. Our last live stream, as far as I know, because we're not going to be doing a New Year's live stream, okay? I'm going to be taking off for that. Should be, if everything goes right, on December 30th, and we should be covering Nostr, which is a social media platform. If I'm unable to do that, I will then have a backup. But yeah, if you're just into Master of Unlocking, this is the last stream of the year. It's been a turbulent year, particularly in the beginning, but now thanks to Hack Manhattan, which is again on 37th Street between 6th and 5th Avenue, I now have the ability to do this consistently, even if I accidentally keep starting late. If you want to know more about them, you can go to their website, hackmanhattan.com. I also just put it in the chat. They have open houses every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And if you want to learn Lockpicking 101 in person, I'm going to do it for free this upcoming Tuesday and Thursday at Hack Manhattan Open House before the end of the year. So that's the last 2 in-person classes that I will be doing. In terms of this stream, Stay tuned, because if you're on YouTube, this is going to forward to the latest Lady Lock live stream. She's an amazing YouTuber. You should totally subscribe and check her out. So stay tuned. You'll be forwarded to that. If you're on Twitch, you will be forwarded to some raid that we're going to be doing. There's a lot of people streaming on New Year's Eve into Christmas. It could be a coding thing, could be a maker thing, could be a 3D printer, it could be some bullshit. We don't know until we go and actually raid. So say hi to the person that we raid. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for including Murph, who's been donating so far. Again, we're going to be doing this all the way until March, so there's plenty of time to reach our goals or beyond our goals for this. I'm just happy that we're nearly halfway to our own goal for donating to Doctors Without Borders so far. That's because of all of you folks out there. So thank you very much. I hope you donate after I get off the stream here. I'm going to be going. I need to pack up and scream at a wall and actually get some sleep, which is kind of my own Christmas present. But thank you for watching. Again, stay tuned. You're going to get rated or forward to a video if you're on Twitch or YouTube. I want to thank again the Hack Manhattan for being able to host everything here and put up with like me being late and things like that. And can't wait for January 7th for the first episode of Master of Unlocking in 2024. Don't miss it. We'll have a lot of stuff that I couldn't do this year, we're doing in 2024. And I'm both in terms of meetings and Master of Unlocking, including some new stuff that's come up. Like I want to do a thing about the covert instrument tag stuff, as well as just review their products. Same thing with Monkey Paw and a bunch of other things. So cool. Thank you for watching this. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a Happy Holidays. Upcoming Kwanzaa is going to be the day after, so just noted that. Happy Isaac Newton's birthday if you're atheist, and I hope you enjoy your Chinese food if you're Jewish. Speaking of Jewishness, again, for one last time, actually before that, please follow us on our socials. We're on Twitter, we're aka X, we're on hostx.socialmastodon. We recently got on the Blue Sky thanks to Hack Manhattan. And also, if you want to talk to us, here's our Discord link. But like I said, again, what we're going to be focusing on is raising money for Doctors Without Borders. So one last time, here's the link. Even if we're not streaming, go donate. Let's show what hackers can do when we get together and help sick and injured kids around the world, especially currently a ton of injured adults and children going on in Palestine, both for Palestinians and the Israelites, and just the human beings living there. Yeah, this is a classist thing. Everyone's being shit on, quite literally. So yeah, that's our show. Stay tuned for the raid/forwarding if you're on Twitch or YouTube. Thank you for following. I hope you check us out. Can't wait to see you on Master of Unlocking on June 7th in 2024. If not, I'll see you on Crypto Barons on the 30th. Hack the Planet. Dirty Jersey represents. Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays. And remember, I don't know. What was I trying to think? Remember that. See if I can find one for the end of the year, because I'm so tired. I guess remember that even though soda cans do work for core shibs, professional core shibs, way better. Need to get those. We're going to work on that in 2024. Sorry, that's all I have. Stay tuned to the music. Goodbye. Say hi to whoever you raid. Peace. Thank you for watching.
Por lo que veo, my girl, tú bailas sensual. Estoy seguro que lo mueves pa' mí. Y como tú bailas de una manera sexual, yo veo que tú me quieres seducir. The way you dance, my girl, I see you looking at me and I know you wanna give it to me. So don't you stop, my girl. La noche no termina hasta que tú estás sensual. Muévelo para mí. Me gusta lo que tiene ahí. Sé que me quieres seducir. Aquí no tienes que fingir. Muévelo solo para mí. Me gusta lo que tiene ahí. Sé que me quieres seducir. Aquí no tienes que fingir. Te quiero tocar de una manera sensual. Hacerte aguantar hasta que no puedas más. Tú quieres que Esa nena está bien buena y con su piel morena me mata su cuerpo de sirena. Mira cómo mueve sus caderas contra la pared quisiera. Mira cómo mueve como culebra. Su movimiento a mí me encanta. Ya veo que en la cama aguanta. No te confunde con su juguete santa. Esa nena quiere que yo la agarre a lo que toque el DJ y que la pille con la pared. Para mí me gusta lo que tiene ahí. Sé que me quieres seducir. Aquí no tienes que fingir. Muévelo slow para mí. Me gusta lo que tiene ahí. Sé que me quieres seducir. Aquí no tienes que fingir. Te quiero tocar de una manera sensual. Hacerte aguantar hasta que no puedas más. Tú quieres que yo te lleve lejos de aquí. La noche no termina hasta que está encima de mí.
El